Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jay the Great here, back with another weekly stream. We are back. Me and Batman are here today. Hope you all are doing well. First of all, hope you guys had a good week. There's plenty to discuss clearly in the anime community. The elephant in the room. Dragon Ball will return, at least via animation. What we do know currently, for you guys that are unaware, and if you're hearing it here first, we're gonna have a remake of Battle of Gods, meaning Goku versus Beerus and all those events that took place. And we're also going to get the Moro arc finally animated. That's obviously gonna most likely break the internet, just like the Tournament of Power did 8 years ago. But definitely exciting times. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. It gets up in the algorithm. Again, we want to be very persistent for you guys this year. Feel free to ask any questions at all. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. What's going on, Kedrick? First, shout out to Kedrick. Let the,
I'll tell you what, it's gonna be lit when that new Dragon Ball anime comes out, bro. It's gonna be
yeah, dude,
crazy
crazy
because it's
work.
been a bit.
I was
It
in
has
high school.
been a bit, man.
Crazy. Yeah, I was in high school
Yeah,
when this
yeah.
shit came out. I was crazy. It's been way too long. Let me let the people know on the cord that we are live, folks. Feel free to ask questions. Again, it can be about anything. We're in the midst of football season, playoffs. You guys want to ask about that? Want to ask about UFC being on Paramount? Want to ask about boxing, the state of boxing? Whatever you guys want to ask, feel free. We like to keep it versatile. But yeah,
Speaking of boxing, bro, the the Adam 22
bro,
shit.
Adam 22 is the biggest cuck besides Noodles, dude. He's a fucking disgrace. I'm like, bro, he fucked your girl, and
Oh
then you fight
man.
him, and then you get your ass whooped. That is crazy work, bro. That's like the most pathetic shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna even lie. That is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. All we can do is pray for that dude, man. Oh shit, my bad, folks. I messed up my announcement. Give me a second. Yeah, this year and next year are gonna be peak years for media, as we all know. It's gonna be some great times, Lord willing. Um, a lot of great movies, great media, even now anime to look forward to. It's a great time. What's going on, Raspberry? Thanks for coming in, brother. But yeah, any questions you may have, Adam 22 being a cuck, getting his ass whooped by the guy that fucked his wife, Dragon Ball coming this year, next year, The Boys, there was an Invincible season 4 trailer, shit was gas, and feel free to ask about that. Um, the new chapter of Warto, I did read that as well. If you have questions about that, feel free. Let the people know that we are live while you guys do that. Should be a great year, though. Should be a great year. Absolutely. Give me a second here, folks. Another news, I do have a TikTok. I do post quite often on there now as well. So feel free to follow me on there. I believe it's in the description. I post power scaling takes, uh, boxing clips, things like that. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, uh, comic book power scaling takes, even the occasional political video. I'm a little bit more versatile there. I'm more consistent, clearly, as it's
Yes,
easier.
sir.
So feel free to check me on TikTok as well. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Like I said, plenty to discuss. Dragon Ball's back. Yes, sir. It sure is. Now, the Beerus fight, a lot of people are wondering how that remake will be done. I do predict there'll probably be new moments that perhaps we didn't see, I would assume. Because at that point, if there isn't, what's the point of remaking it besides an uptick in quality and visual quality? So Andy Cruz fought Mortala. Yeah, boxing has been as far as world class as far as world class opposition, there hasn't been much going on in the sport. As far as catching the eyes of the casuals, right? Canelo fought a few months ago. Jake Paul fight
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua. I don't consider that world class competition by any means.
No, because
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, if
yeah,
you had someone on the same caliber, then yeah, sure.
yeah.
It's been
Joshua
a bit
fought.
though,
Yeah, it's
been a
been a
bit since
bit.
we've seen
Something that's caught the eyes of many. We'll see when that will take place. The issue with Sasuke hate is that they think they're not delivering the final
yeah.
kill means he didn't win. Yeah, Sasuke hate. There's multiple reasons for his origins. I believe people think that he's edgy and that he's just emo, right? Because he just hates the world. But when your entire existence depends on sort of avenging your clan's honor, which was his purpose for a large portion of the narrative, and then he finds out that his brother was a good guy this entire time, you're gonna have some sort of life crisis, some an existential crisis, if you want to call it that, and it led to him, having one of the craziest moments in Naruto history, which was the Five Kage Summit. Um, there's Shakura versus Tio soon. Yeah, that should be interesting as well.
Like what's crazy, what's crazy with the Sasuke stuff too, Jay, is like
Yeah,
people are just I don't know, like they're just weird with that. Like they just want to hate and only hate. Like it depends who you're talking about too. Like because
yeah,
at the
facts.
end of the day, like he definitely has W's. He definitely has like his aura moments and like the whole line. Like he even has like his relatable moments. Like even narratively wise, like he's a very very well written character. You know.
Yeah, very, very well written.
Um, and I think people just they really underlook or but yeah, it's more of just like entitlement as well. And like and let's just say like I guess like them like, always have a spoon under their mouth, a roof over their head because at the end of the day, let's be real. If you were in a family, right? Like you knew your whole family and out of nowhere they all got fucking slaughtered, by your brother and shit,
Yeah,
and then you later find out that it was literally like let's just say like the U.S. government behind that shit.
yeah,
Like you're not gonna tell me you're not gonna rebel against the U.S. government. You know what I mean? Like come on.
yeah, exactly. It's
like,
humans are emotionally,
like
they're inherently emotional beings, and emotions can truly change who you are
yeah.
fundamentally.
And he was a kid. He was a
Yeah,
fucking kid. That's the thing too. Like he's not an adult. He's literally a fucking child. What was he like when in part one Naruto? He was like what 12,
yeah,
like 13,
yeah, very young,
like
very
and then in the
naive.
time skip he's like 16 or 17. Like he's a fucking teenager or a little kid like the entire time going through all that shit.
Yeah,
Like Itachi literally made that motherfucker like go through like tremendous amount of trauma. Like he literally made him in Tsukiyomi see his whole clan and family and parents get like slaughtered like a billion fucking times. Like
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
like,
That's
so I don't know. Like I think people are just they don't they
yeah,
just don't understand. Like
I don't understand.
I'm telling you this right now. Like tell me one fucking person that can go through what he went through and tell me if you would come out straight in life. Like get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here. You know what I mean?
it's
Like
a yeah,
so
easier said than done.
that's
But
my first thing, like, if we're gonna criticize him morally or yeah, or philosophy-wise, and then if you even look at our world too, like the real world, any person that has gone through a sense amount of trauma, whether if it's you being in the military or a crime that occurred to you or whatever the case may be, right? Like 9 out of 10 times those people are fucked in the head. They either end up arrested or they end up doing something really bad or, worse, they do something to themselves.
yeah,
Like we see it in reality as well, like the consequence traumatic events happening to people and what it can do to them. Some people are able to get past it, right? And move on with their life and better themselves, but some people just can't. Like some people take things way more, emotionally, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
everybody's different. Everyone grieves different, every human being. So like again, like you people just have to understand like, that's just what you're talking about when we're talking about the character Sasuke. But, like, I was just bringing that up as a whole, like, if we're just talking about the character itself. Now, if it's just about, like, him fighting and whatnot, um, Sasuke does get a lot of W's, so I won't still really understand the hate. Does he get a lot of losses? Sure, but he gets a lot of W's too. Like any fucking the majority of Ninja and Naruto, 9 out of 10 times they either lost a fight or they won a fight. The only character that never lost a fight was Itachi. But
yeah.
he's like in a Hashirama and
Hashirama.
but they're like the exception. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like yeah,
like
like unless you're a Hashirama or Itachi, nope, like then yeah, you don't lose a fight. But everybody else lost a fight. Like who cares?
yeah. It's just a
Like,
part of the shinobi, and the people he fought weren't exactly
so like
fodder,
I don't.
So it's fighting some of the strongest shinobi in the
Yeah,
world.
no, he's fighting some like fucking really strong people. Like all right, I'll talk about and then like Jay can bring up some like golden moments too. But like even part one itself, like this when we first see Sasuke like introduced, he's literally like immediately squaring off against Chunin. like low level tuning from another fucking village and just dealing with it like and he's fine, right? And you see like Naruto like shitting his pants and freaking out and whatnot. And those are
Yeah.
fucking tuning. Like that's not a laughing matter. Like this dude's already like tuning level from the fucking get-go, you know? And then as things progress, like then he's fighting a fucking like a Joning, and yeah, he doesn't, he's getting his ass whooped, whatever, blah blah. But like he's still throwing hands. You know what I mean? Like he don't give a fuck. He's trying to do what he can.
Yeah.
And then you get to the Haku shit, like that's not really fair against him because Haku is like either Kakashi level or stronger allegedly, right? So again, like you can't put him down for that. He's going like, up against people that like are way fucking stronger than him, right? And then you get to the preliminary and he thinks like he's the shit, right? Like, oh, he's a genius, part of the Uchiha, has a shotgun, whatever, blah blah. And then he comes up against like fucking guys team who are like also tuning level, but like even more cracked, right?
Yeah.
Like and Rockley like beats the fuck out of him, but like he's no laughing matter either because we see what he can do in the Force of Death where he's fighting the whole Sound team by like Rockley don't have a fucking curse mark, but he was fighting all of them and it waited by
Yeah.
himself,
Base. Oh yeah.
like fucking fucking base, and
Yeah,
then
that's
like and
cracked.
then yeah, he lost due to sound hacks and combat IQ, issues, but like that's very fucking impressive. While Sasuke needed the curse mark to surpass weightedly and then beat all of them up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
so like
facts.
again, like the people he's going up against in like the beginning of the show are like really fucking strong. You know, like and then like after that, then he gets put up against that fucking weird fucking stretchy dude, but like people just disregard the context. He has the curse mark. He's completely fatigued. She's been fighting for fucking days in the forest of death, right? Fucking has low on chakra. He's getting fucked up by the curse mark and shit. He can't even mold chakra because of the curse mark. He can't use his shotting gun, and that motherfucker still beats a guy that can use chakra and was trained under Orochimaru.
Yeah,
Like,
that's facts.
how the fuck do you not like praise that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just the bad overshadows are good for a lot of people, especially when they're biased towards a
yeah.
character. It's
Like
unfortunate.
and then like the bell exams, like where he's like able to touch the bell on Kakashi, that's fucking impressive. Yeah, like Kakashi's holding back, but like the dude he's clearly illustrated to be an elite ninja from the start. It's just the
Facts.
people he gets put up against are it's you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah,
like what do you
facts.
do? Like
Yeah,
so you can't that you can't critique a character because he's just being put in shitty circumstances, right? Like that's not like for instance, like Yamcha, that's an actual valid like character to be like, oh yeah, he fucking sucks. He's fucking trash. Like right, like you see him, like at first he has like a little bit of like a threat level to Kid Goku, but then like episode upon episode upon episode, and then arc upon arc, he's still fucking trash. He just stays trash, right?
yeah,
Like while Sasuke was established to be that motherfucker from the get go, but then gets put against very high level motherfuckers, and then on top of it, Kakashi, who we all love and know, like we all love Kakashi. He's like one of the biggest, most popular characters in Naruto, right? He's very similar to Kakashi, Sasuke.
yeah. Character
Okay.
wise,
So
yes.
like how are you gonna love Kakashi, but then yeah, but then shit on Sasuke? That don't make no fucking sense, right? Like Kakashi himself literally says the only reason why he trained him and even taught Chidori is because he's very similar to him.
Yeah,
He's a genius, he's talented, he's an elite ninja. He has the Sharingan, and he's the only one that he believed was capable of mastering Chidori. Which, in all honesty, if you think about it, tell me one ninja that knows Chidori.
yeah.
Nobody.
Very
You know
rare.
what I mean? Like so you got to give flowers for that, right? For him conquering Chidori and shit using Sharingan. Kakashi even told him he's a fucking badass. He's like, when I was your age, I couldn't even do what you're doing. Like I couldn't use the Sharingan and use fucking four Shidoris in one fucking day. I couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
And
facts.
he was a Jonin as a kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like like Sasuke's chakra and stamina levels are fucking cracked. You know what I mean? Like he may not be Joning level in like physical raw stats and intelligence and the whole nine, but his stamina and chakra was no fucking joke. His learning prowess was no joke. And
yeah,
then he gets put up against fucking Gara, like right after. Gets put up against that motherfucker,
yeah.
a
That's like
guy
a
that has the same stealth level as Kakashi. You know what I mean? Like a guy that fucking went against fifth gate fucking Lee and came out unharmed?
Yeah.
Like, tell me one ninja that's surviving fifth gate Lee
Yeah.
taking all those hits. Nobody's taking hits from Lee like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know
Garlic
what I
is
mean? But yeah, he
kryptonite.
goes up against this guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
goes up against a fucking the first like half like pseudo perfect Jinchuriki we ever see like in to begin with in Naruto, and he whips out a fucking Shidori and fucking bitches him.
Yeah.
Like,
It's recency
bro,
bias.
what do you
It's
mean? Like, why are we hating?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
recency bias is a real thing, and people
Like,
tend to emphasize
you
the
know?
mistakes rather than the wins, especially for characters like Sasuke. Um,
Yeah.
what is your take on Sasuke's
And
always out of?
Jay,
Yeah,
the Nar the Naruto versus Sasuke, the first fight we see in part 1. Like that was legendary, bro.
yeah, one of the best
That
fights
shit was
in the
crazy.
entire narrative. I mean, which he won, by the way. So
Yeah. But
yeah,
he had that dog in him, you know what I mean? Like he
yeah,
always had that dog in him. Like remember when the Sound 4 pulled up on him in part 1 too and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck you people up." Like he didn't give a fuck. He knew they were way stronger, but he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna throw hands still."
yeah.
like
Facts. What is your take on
like no, you
Sasuke
can't, you know.
always out of
Yeah.
chakra and Boruto? Sasuke is Sasuke is such a powerful individual that they had to nerf him somehow, and him teleporting, himself or others
Yeah, plot convenience.
interdimensionally. Also, we all know the transitioning of importance as far as characters with the new generation being Boruto and company. So, eventually Naruto and Sasuke were, permanently nerfed, and they still are to this day. They're actually not even present. One of them is stuck in
Yeah.
a time frozen dimension. The other one's stuck in a divine tree. So
Yeah.
that was inevitable. Thoughts on the recent JJK episode?
Yeah.
I thought it was the best one so far. Maki is brilliant. The episode with Maki was brilliant. I can't wait till the next episode.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to watch it more closely and
I
try.
haven't seen it actually. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that came out.
season 3 started I think on the
Yeah.
8th, I believe, or somewhere. It's this year sometime. It's been brilliant so far.
Yeah.
Um, can't wait for more. Who wins, Shakur or Tio? Shakur is, I think my recollection, he's still in the incline as far as physical ability. Tio, I believe, is already in his 30s. He's already on the no,
Yeah.
time is not on his side. I think Shakur is also just a better pure boxer as well. So I'd probably say Shakur wins that. Um, did you hear about Sneeko getting
Oh,
banned?
Jay, with the
Yeah,
Sneeko.
yeah. He said, did you
He
hear
got
about
fucking
Sneeko
banned? What?
banned from every club in Miami? I heard something about Sneeko, like
Oh,
that he did something.
that motherfucker is always doing some shit, Jay.
Yeah.
He's always in some
I was
shit.
seeing on Twitter, like
Like,
what did he do? He got
yeah.
banned somehow for
I don't
something.
know. I haven't seen the. I haven't been on Twitter so recently, so
Let's
I'm kind of
see.
behind on fucking things, and or I
Banned.
probably missed things, but
Yeah, I was seeing some stuff, but I'm not exactly sure. What do you see? Banned Miami. Uh,
yeah, we can look it up. But
oh, it's some Nazi shit that he did. Okay, I see. They're like praising Hitler
uh,
and shit. Okay, that's just retarded. He deserves to
of
be
course,
banned.
dude.
If he
So
did
he's probably
that,
just trying to get clicks and views.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
retarded for that.
yeah.
What's going on, John? John, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? By the way, thanks for coming in. What's your take on the heavy Sasuke's absolutely weak
Yeah.
thinking just because he got put up against Itachi, Deidara, and Orochimaru? Yeah, he's definitely not weak. Those guys are some of the strongest in the world, and
Yeah,
at the time.
he's not. Yeah, no, he's definitely absolutely fucking not weak one fucking bit. Like if you guys analyze the power structure within the beginning of Shippuden, it was very well established. What the way they had it was you had like Naruto and Sakura, right? Like that's the first low level of power. Then you had Kakashi, right? And Asuma, things like that. Then you had fucking, Sasuke. That's when Sasuke comes into play. He's like
Yeah,
that next level, right? And then it went from that, from Sasuke to like fucking like Soning, and then you have, Itachi, Obito, etc., right? So like Sasuke was already at a really crazy fucking pillar in the beginning of Shippuden. If you want to give anyone shit or any like critique, if anything, you want to be referring to like Sakura, Naruto, Sai, right? Um, oh no, 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 actually, no, not Sai, because Sai was able to intercept a heavy Sasuke in base to a degree, but he was part of the Anbu and shit. So, but you like again, like, if you want to really give like yeah, Naruto and Sakura, they were fucking shit in the beginning.
Yeah,
Absolutely fucking dog shit. Um,
not impressive at
you
all.
know, and then like yeah, Choji and Ino, like they were also fucking dog shit. Like yeah, like Heavy Sasuke was a fucking dog as Heavy Sasuke. He was no joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like Jay said, like he's fighting fucking some pretty heavy hitters. Datara, who was no joke. He had a fucking still like basically practically a stalemate death match, but he just outsmarted him in the end, right?
facts.
He outsmarted him throughout the entirety of that fucking fight, which is no joke because this is the same Datara that bodied Gara, right? A fucking Kazakage, and Datara, like he like low diff Gara, really. He didn't high diff him or no low diffed Gara, right? And then you
Facts.
have fucking Sasuke coming along, and Datara forced him to have a high diff win or extreme diff, right? Like now, I know some people like to be fucking glazers and be like, oh no, no, Sasuke was stronger. He was just all this bullshit. But no, like
No,
that's
it's
stretching it. But
yeah, extreme diff.
again, when we got to give flowers, we got to give flowers when it's due. It was
Yeah,
an extreme diff, right? But that's very fucking impressive because Kasame, who we know how strong he is, he even was in disbelief when he heard that Sasuke killed Datara or took him down.
facts.
He's like, wow, like Datara was actually among one of the stronger ones in the Akatsuki,
Yeah.
meaning
Mm.
in theory, Datara was above Kakuzu and Hidan.
Oh, that's a
He
fact.
didn't say that about Kakuzu and Hidan when they were killed or dead. He said that about fucking Datara, you
Yeah,
know?
that's a fact.
So yeah, like that's just not. And then Itachi, come on, are we gonna fucking talk like really Itachi? Come on, like you
Yeah,
know why?
yeah,
Like,
facts.
fucking Itachi. But yeah, that's my
um,
thoughts. But yeah,
let's
come on.
see.
What are we doing
Sasuke actually was fucking up the sound for before they went curse mark, wasn't he? Low key. I'm going for Seattle in the Super Bowl. Dude, I'll say this about the Super Bowl. I'm glad it's teams that we didn't expect at the beginning of the season. It gives like the playoffs new
here?
life. Kansas City isn't there, or wasn't even in the conference championships. The Eagles, San Fran,
Yeah, yeah.
so it gives new life, and I don't mind it. I'm a Broncos fan. So it's unfortunate they lost to, New
We
England
need
today.
it, Jay. We fucking
Yeah,
need it too. Like I'm tired of seeing the same fucking teams.
with
You know what I
Brady
mean? Like the
gone and
same fucking.
yeah, Brady gone and
Um,
Mahomes having a down year, it gave some teams a new chance and new life, and that's what we're seeing. Seattle, I did not at all expect
and
to
to
be in the
spice it
Super
up.
Bowl. Yeah, it spices it up. The
Yeah,
Patriots, unfortunately for people that didn't like Brady for many years, they're back in the Super Bowl. This new dude, Drake May, is no
yeah.
joke. Um, I'll give him his props. He played well in the snow. Uh, rather, I'll say this: he made smart decisions in the heavy snow, heavily bad weather conditions today. Broncos didn't have Bo Nix. That's their starter. I think maybe they would have beat New England if it weren't for him being injured. But here we are. So I'm glad too. I'm glad it's gonna be something fresh, something new. Sneeko needs to be banned everywhere. Yeah, Sneeko is like I said,
Oh, Jay, speaking of fucking sports,
yeah.
before we talk about Sneeko, college football, the Indiana college team, they broke a world record. No college team has ever done this where they went 16-0. They didn't
Oh
lose a
fuck.
single game. They won all games, championship and everything. Yeah,
Correct.
everything.
Correct.
That's the
That's
first time a college football team has ever done that. Yeah,
that's
they went
wild.
against the Miami Hurricanes on the 19th of January for college. Yeah, and they won the championship. Yeah,
Holy shit.
they did
That's
it.
impressive. They must have some
It's
a
fucking
lot of
crazy.
a lot of those guys are probably gonna go to the NFL if I had to guess. If they're that good. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's
For fucking
crazy.
absolutely, because yeah, no college team has ever done that.
Yeah, and
No,
then there's been
nobody.
some
But
great
anyways.
teams over the years too. That's fucking crazy. That is insane. I mean, the
Yeah.
all-time great
Yeah.
teams with like, fucking all the great like college players I can think of, Tebow, Bush, fucking, Young, all those guys. For this
Yeah.
team to do that,
Like
that's
consistency wise, like all the really good college teams that were always getting to the championships or have the most championships, whatever,
yeah,
they always went 15-0, but they
yeah,
can never get the 16-0, the final win
facts.
the championship. They always lost the championship.
Yeah, that's facts.
In college history. So that, again, like yeah, they did some fucking crazy shit. Speaking of football, but
Yeah,
you
that
know,
that's insanely impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That's like historically impressive.
Yep.
What's your facts? What's your take on Akatsuki suppression Kakashi versus Heavy Sasuke? So if you mean the Kakashi that fought Kakuzu and Hidan, on a balance of probabilities against Heavy Sasuke, let's say if we're assuming this is the one that absorbed
Sasuke.
Orochimaru, I do think that Sasuke more than likely would win. Now Kakashi's best win con is clearly Kamui,
Yeah.
but at the point in time, it seemed that it was very,
At that point, he can't do it fast.
yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed like a very
Yeah.
very, I guess, not beneficial use ability to use based off his statement after Kakuzu's defeat. He said, "I would have had to use it if I would have used it if I had to," implying that it was a last resort type of ability, meaning it's not advantageous to use it in battle. And with Heavy Sasuke being as powerful as he is, basically being Deidara level, I do think he would probably defeat that version of Kakashi more than likely. I'm not saying it's impossible that Kakashi couldn't win, but more than likely, Sasuke would defeat him. He has too many tools. Curse Mark 2, he has a 10 times amp. The physical gap would be quite wide. Kakashi would have to snipe him and snipe him successfully.
Like,
Uh,
I'll say this, like, if we're talking, like, beginning Shippuden, absolutely not. Like, again, like, even if you establish that there's potentially relativity and whatnot,
yeah,
like, again, Sasuke just has, like, they're gonna be competitive just base to base. That's the fucking
facts,
problem,
facts.
right? And the moment Sasuke's whipping out CM1 or CM2, it's just he's gonna have way more chakra reserves and stamina. He's gonna be able to spam way more jutsus. He's literally done it in Shippuden feet by feet comparison. Like, it's just it's not fair. Like, you're talking about a guy that's basically Kakashi at that point, but also was trained by a Soning, fucking has more chakra and stamina than him, artificial sage mode to amplify all his
Facts.
stats on top of it.
Yeah,
It's just not fair. You know what I mean? Like, what's it called? And then if it's like Kakuzu or Kakashi, yeah, you could argue you got like he obviously got stronger because the difference between the beginning of Shippuden Kakashi and Kakuzu arc is his chakra and stamina reserves did get better because in the beginning he had to like fucking wait like 5 minutes just to activate the MS.
facts.
Then he used Kamui on Datara, was struggling to even land Kamui on Datara.
Yeah,
Okay. And then he did it, and Datara only acknowledged his MS as a threat to him. Not
that's all.
Kakashi himself,
Yeah,
but the MS. He says he's like, I never imagined someone to have like Mingekyo ability that's on par with Itachi, which is impressive. But then again, it is Obito's MS, right? So it makes sense
facts.
for something to
Lemon.
be on the
Yeah,
same threat level of Itachi, right? But again, like Jay's saying, that's why the only win con would be Kamui if he got like a head snipe or whatever, blah blah. But here's the issue: like beginning Shippuden, that's not happening, so he loses no matter what. And then even if it's Kakuzu arc, if we're talking like Bloodlusted, sure, theoretically, like if he just does Kamui boom and then like Sasuke tries to go immediately to CM2, if you think the Kamui Jutsu snipe is going to be like way faster than before Sasuke can use like his wing to shield, whatever. Or if especially if Sasuke's not expecting time space ninjutsu a fucking attack out of nowhere, right?
yeah,
Then yeah, like bam, he activates it, Sasuke's dead, right? But if we're talking like in character, and again, mind you, Bloodlusted, that even that alone is contentious, but that's like the only way I could see it happen, right? But if we're talking about like in character, Kakashi's also going to be restraining himself to a certain degree too. Like because he doesn't want to kill his student, right?
yeah.
That's something
Facts.
we all kind of forget. It's kind of like the Orochimaru and Hiruzen dynamic all over again. As a matter of fact, it's shown and reinforced when they do see each other during
Yeah,
the Five
Five
Kage
Kage
Summit
Summit.
when
Yeah,
Kakashi's having a little bit of a when he's having a little bit of a showdown. He's literally like having a mental like fucking crisis in his head internally, where he's like, I can see the pain that the Lord Third went through, and blah blah, and he's thinking all this shit, whatever, and that's why he didn't kill Sasuke. Like he was like, oh, I am gonna kill him, but he wasn't, right. He was still restraining himself and trying to hope that Sasuke would come back to the light or whatever.
yeah,
So like, there's that aspect you also have to deal with. While Sasuke's more cold and calculated, to where like I won't say he would necessarily kill Itachi, but I think he would definitely like just get straight to it, right? And just like immediately immobilize him and knock him out. Or maybe he would kill Kakashi and not care because he was willing to do Karen on Team 7. He's like, I don't got time for this shit. And he's about to do like some version of Karen, why not? And then just, wipe him out. But then Orochimaru stopped him.
yeah,
So like at the end of the day, like and that alone too, like that implication where like it kind of implies and shows that Sasuke, like he believes he could wipe out Yamato, who's also like relative to Kakashi, right? like the same threat level. Like the fact he thinks he could take him out and along with all of them, like that's kind of something crazy too. Now, whether you believe that or not, that's the other thing, right? Because Yamato does say I'm done holding back, and so maybe at that point now Yamato could have had like a really decent fight with Sasuke, but he still would have lost. So like again, like the problem with that, like they're gonna be going at it or whatever. But I just don't think Kakashi would even use Kamui to kill Sasuke. And especially like Jay said, like in character, he's always using it as a last resort too. Like if he had to do it against Sasuke, he wouldn't even be able to get a lethal hit because I guarantee you he would eventually use it at some point to survive an attack from Sasuke or to maybe just injure him and then try to reason with him, right? And in the moment Sasuke's like, oh shit, this guy could just look at me with his MS, and fucking warp my shit. Okay, let me make sure I have my wings for protection to use as shields, like he did with Amaterasu, right?
Facts.
So again, like, or he could use the snakes, like the snake summons, which are very, very fast because he summoned those snakes and they were able to blitz Jugo and Sugetsu in base, which is insane, remind you, because it's the same Sugetsu and Jugo that were fighting against Darui and V1 Raikage, right? So like Heavy Sasuke is no joke, bro. Like
Yeah,
again, like Kakashi is my favorite character, but on a balance of all probabilities, like it's definitely in favor for Kakashi. Like the only thing you can give Kakashi is Kami, and that is literally it.
that's all he
That's
has. It's the
literally
only
it, bro.
hope. Yeah,
Like think about it. Like if Kakashi does a fucking Raikiri, what is Sasuke gonna do? CM2 Raikiri, you lose now. You know what I mean? Like, or
yeah,
Kirin, you definitely fucking lose now. Like
yeah,
S rank fucking lightning jutsu compared to an A rank. Like he's the upgrade of Kakashi at this point, and just
yeah.
with more hacks
He's
and
superior.
stage mode shit. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
facts.
yeah, he's just superior.
Indiana never won anything up
So
until now. Yeah, that's impressive, man. Let's see. Was a better chess match
yeah,
Sasuke versus Datara or Sasuke versus Danzo? Sasuke versus Datara. Sasuke was just Danzo was just repeating the same shit over and over and
Datara
over.
for fucking sure.
Yeah. I'd still say the
Yeah,
Raikage was gonna die
he
if
was just
he.
he was just preventing the inevitability. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd still say the Raikage was gonna die
yeah.
if the fight between him and Sasuke continued. They both would have died. Yeah. The flame control Kagetsuchi would have
They
killed.
both,
Yeah, they would have killed each
yeah,
other.
they both,
Gara
because
saved
because
both of them.
Raikage would have killed Sasuke. He would have kicked right through. Yeah,
Yeah.
he would have kicked right through, and he would have landed the taijutsu blow, and Sasuke would have died because
Yeah.
just from one fucking chop, like he fucking went right through the Susanoo, and then Sasuke like coughed out a shit ton of blood, so he
Yeah, I
got
heard.
injured. He got fucked up.
Would have killed them both.
But taking a full fucking kick from him being all the way in the air too, and with that speed coming down, yeah, no, he's basically taking a fucking lotus to the fucking face.
Yeah.
He would have died. Yeah, he
Yeah,
would have definitely
and
died. But then the Raikage, like Jay said, would have been engulfed in flames, and he would have died as well.
yeah,
So
he would have burned
yeah.
to death, been stabbed. He would have died for sure. Will
Which
Kakashi be blood?
honestly, that begs a good question, Jay. What do you think happens after that? Like, if they both died,
Fuck.
like, how do you think Naruto would have played out from that point? Like,
If he dies, man, I don't even. Obito would
fucking
have
crazy.
to change things up. Naruto would probably be enraged as well, finding out that Sasuke's gone.
Obito would probably take his eyes too, right? To get like
Yeah,
the
he'd
to
probably
get
take.
like the EMS or some shit,
He probably would take his
or
eyes.
try.
It'd be, or he theoretically might try to do. Well, it's probably unlikely. What Madara did for him,
Actually,
trying to
no, he can't get the EMS because it has to. Doesn't it have to be from like your blood, right? Like from a
think
sibling or
so.
your father. Like it
Yeah,
has to be within
like
your.
Madara and his
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it would change things drastically. Naruto's direction would change. Will Kakashi be bloodlusted against Sasuke?
Obito, he would eyes though. He would take the eyes because he would have a Mataratsu and Kamui then. Like,
Yeah,
come on, let's be real. Like, Obito would definitely take those damn. Like, he wanted Shisui's eyes. You know what I mean? Like, so he's
yeah,
definitely gonna take Sasuke's eyes.
yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Jugo or Karin
So,
could maybe heal Sasuke after that. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Maybe it'd be pretty fatal. But to be honest, the funniest troll thing I found in Heavy Sasuke and Deidara fights that Deidara exploded himself with a C0 after becoming enraged. Sasuke didn't even care. I mean, he cared enough to run away, but yeah, as far
yep.
as like what he felt about it, I mean, Datara was just very spiteful of the Uchiha because of Itachi humiliating him, and then Sasuke being his brother and having a similar temperament and maybe ego. He
Oh,
wanted to take him out,
that
you know.
reminds me too, Jay. Do you necessarily think this is a plot hole, or do you think it was maybe something to do with the Edo Tensei jutsu, which is why he couldn't maybe? But now thinking about it, Datara could have spammed that fucking maxed out explosion when he was in Edo Tensei, but yet he never did. Like
Yeah,
he just
that's
he just never does it. Like you know what I mean? Like and then he just gets captured because he gets like outnumbered and they defeat him or whatever. Like him and Sasori. Sasori didn't have shit. He didn't have his puppets. He didn't have nothing. Like there was just nothing he could do. He's defenseless.
yeah,
But fucking but the Datara, he still had all his clay. He had all his clay shit and whatnot, and he never did his strongest fucking explosion that he did on Sasuke. Which is really weird because if he did that and just spam that shit, bro, like bro, like
yeah. Maybe
what the
they,
fuck?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I know he's under Kabuto's control. Maybe Kabuto didn't think that was wise. Um, I don't
yeah.
know. It could have been
But they're
done.
all Edos.
Yeah,
Like the Edos one, it basically like Madara dropping the fucking meteorite. You know what I mean? Like where like they come back, but everybody else's dies, right? Like if anything, that'd be like really fucking beneficial. But yeah, if I don't know, like yeah, it could have been something to do with Kabuto stop process, but he sold there then. Like he
yeah.
really sold.
Could have killed a
like,
good chunk of the
like and
alliance.
honestly, that's kind of reasonable, Jay, because remember when he was using Nagato to fight like Itachi, Killer and Naruto, and then Naruto says something, and then Kabuto's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, he does have Chubaku Tensei,"
Yeah,
like, and then he uses it. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe it was a knowledge thing. Like he just he didn't know Datara could do that either, or he forgot. There's that too.
yeah.
But all I'm saying, like, if Datara was spamming that, or if he was even spamming the hacks one to where you breathe in the
Oh, then
the
yeah,
microscopic fucking explosives and it just disintegrates you, like those two jutsus right there are fucking crazy.
yeah.
Like he could have done some crazy ass fucking shit in the war, you
A
know?
lot of those hexes would have
So,
been a problem
but
if they were actually used. Wilder is completely
yeah,
past his
that's
prime.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder, he's past his prime. He'll probably never be a champion again. Andy Ruiz got his ass beat by Gerald Miller, so I guess he's the best American heavyweight right now. Probably. Um, that's so funny. Sasuke made two
Yeah.
dudes rage quit and suicide bomb him at the end. Sasuke's he's good at inciting anger and using
Wait,
people's
two dudes rage quit? Who he talking about?
Datara and
I
I
don't know
guess
about two.
Danzo at the end
Yeah, who?
when he blew himself up with
Oh
the weird
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's true.
yeah. They got
Yeah,
desperate against him. He just made them
yeah,
so upset. Sasuke. There's
yeah.
some big W's right there. Those guys are pretty powerful. So,
But yeah, but
uh,
again, this backtracks to everything we were talking about before, like oh the Sasuke hate or all this shit. It's like they just completely are dismissive and disregard all his W's. Like Sasuke's best peak fucking moment. Like he has a lot to remind you, but his best one was his fucking fade at the summit. That motherfucker literally pulled up to like a summit with multiple Kages, right?
yeah,
And is throwing hands with all of them and living.
yeah,
Like, sure, like Obito eventually does come in the end, but he lived for a good fucking while against like Raikage and his platoon. Then he went up and got there, and like then he's fighting the fucking chick. He's fighting then he has about to fight Suzuka. Like he was going through it right, and like he even fought that one samurai dude that was so fast in Naruto where like you couldn't cast jutsu signs. You couldn't
yeah.
use jutsu against him. 'Cause
Mifune.
that's just how fucking fast he is.
Yeah,
He was even a guy that fought against Hanzo,
in
right?
their
And
primes.
you know all
Yeah,
about that chain scaling. So like, and that motherfucker casually reacted to like a lightning full blitz speed attack from Mufune, and while fatigued,
yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like the motherfucker was scrapping with everybody, didn't give a fuck, killing everyone. You know what I mean? And then over here fighting someone like that at full power, like he was, bro. Sasuke was strong, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you guys got to give you like his flowers when it's deserved. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Context
and then
matters.
on top of it,
Matters.
like like Kobe Rama, like let's analyze him. That motherfucker had help at a summit and he almost died.
Yeah,
Sasuke is fighting the summit, and that's what almost killed him.
yeah. Facts.
Like there's levels to this shit, man. Like
Definitely underrated.
I don't know. I don't get it.
He's underappreciated. I'd crash out too if I was killed 11 times. Facts, bro. Danzo must have been so mad. Just fucking
Oh yeah.
dying over and over. Ryan Garcia is gonna
He's
fight
like these
Mario.
he's like these fucking Uchiha like fucking
Yeah.
the Itachi came and he came up and bitched me and looked at me with his MS and told me if I ever do, he's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah,
And
these
then I got
guys
to deal with
are
Sasuke bullying me.
it's rage these guys are living rage him and Itachi are living rage baiters. That's what they are.
Uh,
Living rage baiters. It's crazy.
Bro,
Um
like Itachi and Sasuke bullied Danzo and Orochimaru like it was hilarious,
yeah,
man.
those guys are the best rage baiters.
Just bullied them.
Ryan Garcia is fighting Mario Barrios for 147. And, yeah, it's because Ryan had a, and I think it was really exposed with the Javante fight. He has a very hard time making weight at 135. He's a taller guy,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. Mario Barrios actually was beating Javante Davis when they fought, but obviously he knocked out Mario. Ryan was gonna have to improve quite a bit because he's gonna be fighting a bigger, stronger, individual. This guy's at a heavier weight class. He's tall. I think he's as tall as Ryan, if not a little bit shorter. Ryan needs to become more and more technical. The talent's always been there physically. It's just
Yeah.
the technicality, and that's always been his weakness. That's why he got dropped by fucking Javante Davis. It's because of his
And
lack
his
of,
mental fortitude as well.
yeah,
His mental,
his
you
mental and
know.
his technical. His
Yeah.
tech, how technical he is. So he casually blocked Mifune's sword. Yeah, dude. At that point,
Yeah.
Sasuke was blatant Kage level.
Like, and that dude was bloodlusted. Mufune is always bloodlusted, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he went at full speed, full power. Like, mind you, if you analyze the flashback in the manga and the anime, that Mufune, like, he goes at full speed against Hanzo, and they both clash at the same exact time. Now, Mufune gets fatally injured while Hanzo blocked the attack, but the fact that he's able to either move relative or equal speeds at Hanzo is fucking crazy, right?
yeah,
You know what I mean? And mind you, Sasuke is not even at full power and he does that. Like, and it's also point blank. Like, he's in his face when he does that. Like, it's not like at a distance. You can't even use any of that bullshit or argue, whatever. They're right there in front of each other. A point blank reaction to an attack.
yeah. His
Like,
perception,
yeah,
his
Sasuke's
reaction speed is
ridiculous, bro.
insane. He gave the Raikage his
It's
toughest battle
insane.
since probably Minato himself. That's fucking impressive.
Facts.
Multiple Kages were
Yeah.
there. He felt he had the
Raikage
confidence.
is always a victim, bro. That
Yeah,
that I'm sorry, but like don't get me wrong, like Raikage, he's strong and everything. No, he is about like he was literally the fastest motherfucker ever since Minato died. So like again, I'll give flowers when it's due. But that motherfucker, bro, he always got bitched. like
facts. The
he
people he fought.
he got bitched by Minato. He got bitched by Naruto. Then he gets bitched by Sasuke, like to where he would have had to like basically had to be forced to a stalemate death scenario. Like then he goes up against Madara and gets bitched again, even worse. Like I feel so bad for him, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he gets
he.
bullied by the Uchiha or he gets bullied by fucking Minato.
Yeah, bro. Like
Like,
prodigal talents. That's insane. Um,
yeah.
People be calling Sasuke a fraud when Tobirama exists. Facts, bro. That's the real fraud right there. Y'all see that
Yeah.
Maul Shadow Lord trailer? I actually haven't seen it, but anything that's Star Wars related, I usually check out.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
check that
seen it
out.
either.
Yeah, that looks
Darth Maul
interesting.
came out. Oh shit.
Yeah, when does
Damn.
this shit drop, by the way?
Wait, we could probably react on it on stream if you want, Jay. If
Let's see.
someone wants to donate or something, you know?
Yeah, by the
How
way, yeah,
long is it?
we do donation. I mean, reactions for donations, dollars
You know,
per
or
minute.
like, or unless Jay wants to watch it for free, but yeah, if someone
Yeah,
wants to donate,
d-
or
dollar
depending how
per
long it
minute.
is,
Yeah,
but
dollar per minute. Let's see. Sasuke was at 30 HP when he did that. Facts, bro. To be frank, Rikage was bitching Naruto at first. Oh, facts. He had to outspeed him at the very end. That's true.
oh
Um,
yeah. He was stunning him. Like he was in V1, he was at full power V1 because in the summit he was like using different levels of V1. When he was fighting at first, he wasn't going all out V1. He eventually does, and then he bitches Sasuke. But what's it called? But yeah, he was bitching Naruto. And like which is impressive, but then again, it's at the same time not really because when you really analyze KCM Naruto throughout the war, yes, he's not at full power, but he's never at full power. That's the problem when he's in the war.
facts.
But Naruto's physical stat with the KCM cloak really isn't that impressive. Everybody basically is within that level of speed. The only time Naruto is on a different level is when he does body flicker.
Yeah,
That's when he's like, really fucking cracked in speed wise and and so on and so forth. Like, but everybody basically moves along with him, like with relativity. Like Kakashi was fighting with them, Guy, Killer Bee, and base, Itachi as an Edo was fighting, everybody can literally keep up with that Naruto. It's just when he does body flicker, he's a threat,
Facts. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking like the heavy hitters, by the way. Obviously, if we're talking like mid Kage, like Sonning level, whatever, things like that, or like Joning level, then KCM Naruto without body flickers, especially at full power, would bitch them easily. Like his shadow clones were literally Sonic level for crying out loud.
It's
So I'm
just
not
yeah,
saying he's
cracked.
trash, but when we analyze, yeah, but when we analyze KCM Naruto like throughout consistency wise with just his physical raw stats feats alone, everybody can keep up. You know,
Facts. Yeah,
so
facts.
it's really just his body flavor, and unfortunately, there's no way to know what Naruto is truly capable of at full power KCM because the only time we see him at full power is when he blitzes Kasame, but Kasame wasn't even at full
It
power.
was
He
yeah,
was
beaten,
very very
fatigued.
fatigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was like his rib cage was fucking showing. Like he was starving. He was low on chakra. Samahata wasn't with him anymore. Like, and he blitzed that Kasame. You know what I mean? Like, so again, like that's the only time we get to see him at full power, and then the only statement we get is Yamato and Killer Bee saying, "Oh wow, he's like the Flash, right? The
Facts.
Yellow Flat Minato. He's that fast." But the problem is that wasn't with his physical speed. He used body flicker at that moment, you know.
Facts.
So again, like we never get to see his physical stats at full power. It's only when he's fatigued throughout the war, and then again, like I already said, I'm not gonna repeat it. That's all you have. So like, yeah, so like again, like it's a really complicated thing. That's all I'm saying. KCM Naruto is really complex. But Raikage, like again, like he's dope, but yeah, come on,
Yeah.
like,
He didn't get
like
that many
like
dope.
Raikage is basically Rock Lee, but with lightning style. Okay, come on, like like
Yeah, he didn't get that many
it's just it
victories.
is what it is.
But yeah, folks, any
Uh,
questions at all? Naruto, Dragon Ball with the new stuff coming out. Boxing, UFC. There was a UFC event yesterday. W Justin Gaethje for beating Paddy Pimblett. That's a W, even at his older age. The NFL playoffs, basketball, whatever you guys want to ask. Politics, anything really. Feel free. I saw Ryan with
anything,
Gorlock.
guys, anything.
I saw Ryan with Gorlock and Star Safari, another streamer. So I don't know if he's locked into training. Probably not, bro. He's so he's so famous as far as social media is concerned. He's not working harder than Mario Barrios is right now. I'll tell you that. That's just the
Yeah.
truth. I want to see Moro arc and Granolas okay as well, but what's after that? Also, I don't like how the manga ignores Broly and doesn't include him in the story. Broly is actually in the story now, much later on in the narrative. Um,
Oh, so they're kind of
yeah,
pulling a Kakashi and Boruto with
yeah.
that with Broly.
Eventually, the manga
Okay.
did catch up to the superhero movie events. Eventually.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I am very excited for the Moro arc. I think the Moro arc's one of the better arcs in the super manga. There's some very goated moments.
Okay.
We all know Ultra Ego. That's gonna break the internet if that's animated.
Yeah.
I believe that was in the Moro arc.
And we
Could
we
be.
know the anime
Yeah.
amplifies like the fucking go to moments in the manga too. Like it gives you extra like fighting scenes and detail and whatnot, or like further stuff. So like it's just gonna make it 10 times fucking better. I mean,
Yeah.
when it's animated.
That's gonna
So
be ridiculous.
yeah.
If we get the Granola arc
Yep.
soon after, we will see Ultra Ego Vegeta. That will break the internet. That will break the internet. There's no
Oh
doubt
yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt
Yep.
about that. Let's see.
Get a Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Goku fight potentially, like on the side during the arc too. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
they could even
Where they
put
have a
that in.
rematch.
They could add on top of what the
Yep.
manga already has. What's your take on Vaste Lord Ichigo versus Omni-Man? That's an interesting battle. That's an interesting battle because Vasto
Mhm.
Lord Ichigo, at least the one early on that beats Ulquiorra, obviously beats him quite handedly. And
Yeah.
it is implied that perhaps the that perhaps he's planetary. There's a lot of
Wasn't there wasn't there a statement with Yurikura, whatever the fuck is that fucking dude that forced Ichigo to go to Vastra Lord? Wasn't there a statement like when he was just releasing his spiritual pressure, like his basically like chakra, whatever the fuck they call it in there? That they say like it felt practically infinite, or like it was so heavy, like you could feel it from like where they were in their realms to like to the earth, and shit. Like it was some crazy shit they were saying,
Yeah, I'd have to do my
and that
research.
was just.
Yeah, I'd have
Yeah,
to do my research again. I would certainly say that someone of Vaster Lord Ichigo's caliber is bare minimum large city level,
pretty
perhaps.
cracked.
Yeah, I know. Hueco Mundo, it's implied to be a planet. There's curvature to it. Some of the
Yeah,
explosions that I can recollect happening were very large in caliber and size and radius. Omni-Man,
yeah.
he's not blatant one punch planetary level. He can take over planets
No, he's
quite
not.
quickly. A good example is when
Absolutely.
he goes to that dimension where those that one race that kept coming to Earth that
Yeah,
ages very fast kept coming. He went in there, he took over their
yeah,
planet in probably a few minutes. But I've never seen him have the level of AP required to destroy an entire planet.
yeah.
Um,
Like
I,
for like a really good way to say it too, Jay. Too like remember when Frieza like just casually grabs the fucking dirt on Earth and just destroys the Earth just by
yeah,
grabbing the ground, right?
blatant
Like
planet
that's
level.
blatant
Yeah,
fucking play. You know, while Omni Man, like Jay was saying, that dude went to that planet and then he had to go around their planet. He had to fly around their planet like fucking 100 plus times to build enough speed and momentum to then start fucking up all the cities and then fuck up the planet and the whole nine, and then eventually he ruled it. He didn't really destroy the planet either. He just was casually leveling cities with his speed alone.
yeah,
um so like the fact he even has to build up, that means he outright just doesn't have that raw, level of speed and power. So there's that again, and two, like even when we, like Jay was saying, when we see it, like it doesn't show that directly, right? It just shows us the bare minimum, or you can only maybe, kind of theorize, right? And then it gets even worse where the strongest fucking Virtumite, like he's literally susceptible to the sun, the temperatures of the sun. Like they will die in the sun. They get fucked up by the sun's temperature. That's not really a good showing. Like I'm just being honest with you. Like they can be in it for a bit, but eventually they get really really fucked up. You know what I mean? To where they die basically.
yeah,
So that's not really good. And let's be real. Like you think Vasha, Lord Ichigo, or the people that are within Bleach, they're dying to like extreme hot temperatures, like the sun. I don't know about that. Fucking, you could argue like how like their ceros and all that or whatever. Like that's some pretty crazy intense heat temperatures, or explosions and whatnot. So I don't know. Like overall, like in the Bleach scheme of things, like it just seems more believable and more impressive, right? That they would probably have more of an edge power scaling wise. I'm not saying this definitively, like Jay said too, homework would definitely be required. But when you analyze like what Omni Man does and whatnot, it's like it's not really that crazy, right? Like the best thing I would say he has is like him like being right next to a black hole and just staring at it and contemplating to kill himself with it, you know? Um
right, yeah,
yeah, and that's about it, right? Like but to be fair, like you could take it however you want, right? Like like obviously he's not getting sucked in, whatever, blah blah. Like there's that. But you could easily argue Bleach characters could also be able to withstand black hole and shit, and so like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's not really concrete like that. I think that'd be like the best thing you can give him, right? um
yeah,
so and also like he can at least resist the black hole, but it doesn't mean he can deal with the black hole. Like he can like outright destroy it, or I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like Superman, he blatantly has feats to just like completely disregard black holes, right? Like he's above them, which is insane.
yeah,
If you're above a black hole, that means you could do a lot of crazy fucking things power scaling wise. So again, it's just it's complicated in certain regards, man. So I don't know.
yeah.
Like with all that being said, Jay, like do you think that still changes anything? Like with his best feats that he does have, like or no? Like
I
I don't know
think
what you would say.
first of all, bleach scaling. So AP, we can quite
Yeah,
definitively say Vassal or Ichigo probably has the nod on that, just based off what
yeah,
each has done historically and empirically. Speed, but yeah, speed
mhm,
becomes much more contentious. So for someone of Nolan's caliber, Omni-Man's caliber, able to take over planets, I do believe that physics is something that is prevalent in there for the most part. Obviously, you can't stick, you know, uh, parallel to that forever
yeah,
when it comes to beings of that magnitude and power. I don't believe ever shows anything that's well. I would say Omni-Man's speed, his best feats is him going across galaxies and the distance it requires. You could argue that perhaps shows that he is beyond light speed when he needs to go at those speeds. even in space. He's able to. I think he traveled from Earth to Thrax in like 2 weeks, and that's like galaxies apart or something
Yeah.
like that. That's certainly beyond.
Yep.
That's definitely beyond light speed quite a bit. I would probably
Yep.
say as far as speed, I'd probably give it to Omni-Man. Um, Vaster Lord Ichigo. The thing with the
Wasn't
speed and
Jay,
yeah,
Vashtorlord, when he shot his beams or when Yukura shot his beams, whatever, wasn't those attacks like stated to be like light speed
light
attacks or
speed.
like
I
something?
would probably say
I don't remember.
I would probably say the Setos and stuff are probably light speed. But the
Yeah.
level of speed that Omni-Man is going at to be able to travel like galaxies that takes light years to go across, which is why it's called light years, shows that he's like vast, like
Yeah. Yeah.
massively faster than light. I don't think there's enough
Yeah.
empirically to imply or conclude that Vaster Lord Ichigo is. Maybe if you're talking about top verse characters like Aizen or something, or fucking,
Yeah, top
may,
verse, like
you might
if
have a better
Ichigo
conversation.
transformed like in the future, yeah,
Yeah,
like that for yeah.
yeah, you have a
But
better
yeah, could like
conversation.
that one,
Because
yeah,
Ulquiorra,
yeah. So
he
speed, yeah,
he's the top of the Espada, arguably the strongest. There's always debates about that between him and the Seat One
yeah,
and Yami. But I would say at that point the Espada aren't. I'm not. I don't think they're touching speeds that are massively faster than light. That's quite a large quantitative gap between
yeah.
light speed and massively faster. That's a large gap. And
That's
again,
a big
Omni-Man,
gap. Yeah,
yeah, Omni-Man's speed across space is fucking it's vast. It's ridiculously fast. I think it would come down to Omni-Man just being faster than Vaster Lord Ichigo. Then you gotta have a lot of other conversations. Obviously, Vaster Lord Ichigo is he's a
he
an
can
individual.
heal.
Yeah, he can heal. He
Yeah,
has hacks.
durability's crazy. Yeah.
Then you gotta ask with
Like,
something.
oh, could he even see Vaster Lord too?
Yeah, there's that
Because
conversation
what's
too.
also stated in Bleach, yeah, is like they can only see each other because of this variable. Omni-Man doesn't have that attribute, so he wouldn't
Yeah,
be able to see him. So
yeah.
that's a problem too.
Yeah, that would be another
So
conversation. If that's not presupposed and you say you can't see him, then how would Omni-Man beat him? That's another conversation. Would they even
yeah,
interact? There's a
because
lot of
they
questions.
said yeah, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this would take some fucking homework. I don't know if it was just like if they stated like it was either they stated humans can't see, like the hollows and blah blah and all this shit, but the whole fucking eye, which again is Vastralord, that's holification.
Yeah,
You name it. Or, and the only exceptions was obviously hollows, or better yet, would we eventually see the how the fuck do I forget what they were called? The samurai motherfuckers. What were they called?
the
Uh, uh, I can't remember, but either point being said, it's the Quincy's with the ones with like
Soul Reapers.
the
Yeah,
energy abilities and arrows and shit. Yeah, Soul Reapers. There you go. Yeah,
yeah.
Soul Reapers or the Quincy's. They could see hollows too because again, they tapped into
The
that
spiritual
spectrum
realm.
that gives you
Yeah,
that ability. So yeah, like the spiritual realm whatnot. While Omni Man, there is no fucking evidence at all that he has the ability to see the spiritual realm or supernatural fucking. You know what I mean? Things that are not within the parameters of the reality itself, right? The real world and shit. So like that's where it gets really interesting. But maybe like I guess you could argue like with how strong Omni Man is, like his scaling that therefore he could break through that parameter, like how Goku can be breaking through things, and therefore he could see. I don't know.
yeah. I
It's a
think
really gray area, but
yeah. I
there
think
is that. Yeah.
yeah. If we presuppose you could see him, his speed would be so vastly superior that I think at bare minimum he could. I don't see why someone of, again, this is all speculative and theoretical, but I don't see why someone of his caliber couldn't hurt Vaster Lord Ichigo with with his punches, his pure AP. I think he is strong enough to at least hurt him, and I think his vast speed would just be overwhelming. Again, it's a very loaded, a very in-depth conversation, but
He
if we
did break the gates of hell too, Master Lord Ichigo with his
yeah,
AP. He did break the gates of hell, which that is pretty fucking
I think
crazy too.
if Vaster Lord Ichigo
So
does hit Nolan, it'd be fatal. It would be very, very fatal to him and his life. If now again, if Nolan's able to evade because of his speed, which I do believe is superior based on what we do know right now, I think maybe over time he could wear down Ichigo, wear down Vaster Lord Ichigo
well,
over time.
Jay, we forgot about this. We did forget about this. Vaster Lord Ichigo and who he was fighting, they technically also have like flying Raijin with like instantaneous movement, like similar to Goku's teleportation. So it's not their physical raw stats, but I forget. It's called fuck. I can't remember what they called it, but they have that ability too, to where they can literally move from point A to point B instantaneously. It's literally teleportation.
Yeah.
So he does have that, which that might give Omni Man a hard time speed
Yeah,
wise.
that'd
Not
be
his physical speed, but at least that. Which then could give him enough time to like shoot fucking blast and shit, and and use his AP and whatnot. But yeah,
yeah, it'd be a very tough battle.
I don't
Off
know.
top of
It's
my
something to think
head,
about though.
yeah, off top of
Yeah,
my head, I'd probably lean towards Omni-Man because of his speed. I know the Hellverse, like people are saying, changes things.
yeah.
And if that's canon, he's even more powerful, and it probably would be, honestly, probably would be Omni-Man,
I did
even
look
more
a little
definitively.
bit too, Jay, on some stuff. Like I was looking at some of his stuff at speed, and it's not looking too good for Vascular Lord because basically, from what I've seen, consistency wise, is it's like he's potentially faster than light. But what is at least known concretely is he is definitely massively hypersonic. But
Yeah,
he's concretely confirmed hypersonic, but potentially faster than speed of light. And that's not really good because we know
no,
Omni Man is like way,
way
like he's
faster.
really fucking fast.
Yeah,
So
I'd
yeah.
probably
So
lean
there's that.
towards, yeah, I'd probably lean towards Omni-Man. Off the top of my head, clearly is a much more in-depth
So basically, what I'm
conversation.
saying, guys, low ball, hypersonic speeds is what he's at. High ball, faster than light, from what I've
Yeah,
seen so far.
and definitely not massively
But
faster. So,
yeah, no.
um, Sonito isn't teleportation. I think Sonito's what, like, it's Bleach's
Yes,
version.
that's what it's called. Sonito. It's like
It
flying Raijin, but in bleach. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's
it's like
beyond the speed of light.
yeah, that's like a Bleach's version of Body Flicker or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, folks, that's a good matchup for sure. There's a lot of variables that need to be considered. A lot of fact checking that needs to be executed as well to make sure you're accurate on
Yeah,
that.
it could always be a video you do, Jay. It could be a
Yeah,
dope ass video.
that's a good video
Someone
idea as well.
requested
Um,
or pays for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
Did
if
you
you
hear
want to
about
do it
that
for fun.
Marvel? Did you hear about that Oh, what's going on, random? What's going on, brother? Did you hear about that Marvel Rivals 40K tournament controversy? Actually, I have not.
No, I've
Marvel,
not. And that's
Marvel.
crazy because I'm like, I'm not always like, I don't know everything in the gaming realm of things, but I keep up for the most part to a degree. So, like, the fact that I haven't even heard of that, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. So it says, what does this
Mm.
shit say? The tournament was
They're
draft.
bringing Deadpool to Marvel Rivals, though. Shout out
Yeah, that'd be W. The
to
tournament
Deadpool.
was the tournament was draft pick tournament with the winning team getting 40K. The main people involved are these people. Okay, where does it get to the point? Uh, Kingman made a video about. Okay, wait. The team begins
Oh,
practicing.
Jay,
Yeah.
I almost forgot. Somebody was talking shit on Discord on my server at a certain point, and they're like, "Oh, Batman, is fucking travel, blah blah blah, yada yada." And like he doesn't understand like why like the comics do so well and this and that and blah blah blah. Like he was talking about like recently too about like the absolute Batman comic being like the highest paid comic out of all like for the year of 2025. What's it called? Yeah, 2025. And then also it was the Batman versus Deadpool comic that was second place. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't understand, blah blah. And it's like, bitch, like Batman's been breaking comic financial records like throughout history. Like,
Facts.
what are you talking about? Like,
When I get the money, I'll donate for the video. Hey, yeah.
like how you gonna hate and be mad that he's always winning?
Yeah, facts.
It's crazy.
Drop nukes. Appreciate that, brother. Follow me on, or you can tell me here too. But if you want to get in my Discord server, shoot me a message. And Nick, we can set that up whenever you get the chance. Appreciate that, and I'll definitely do a video on that. It's very interesting. My Discord server is in the description. You can just DM me or whatever, or tag me. We could set that up whenever you get the chance. Appreciate that. We'll definitely make that happen. That'll be a fire video, and obviously I'll be well versed when that happens. Um,
Yeah.
Basically, there was a tournament with 40K on the line, and a trash ass player refused to switch off an ass character when the pop comp wasn't working. I see. It's always those kind of people, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, folks, we
It's
do
it's
custom
gaming
videos
for
as
you.
well. So, I give very fair prices. I've had people basically sponsor videos before. So if you guys ever want a custom video like that, follow me on Discord, comment, you can even comment on any of my videos. I'll get in touch with you and we can make that happen. So if you ever want like a custom video, feel free. Flash step isn't instantaneous. It looks like it, kind of like when Naruto appears behind Raikage. Yeah, body flicker. Right. It's like Naruto's version of body flicker. So,
Yeah.
let's see.
Well, when I was researching the technique and whatnot, it was by multiple resources from what I've seen. Obviously, until I confirm in the manga itself that I'm just taking the word of several sources out there when I was looking into it, just for a speed, for a quick research. But they were all claiming it is instantaneous,
Yeah.
and it is beyond the speed of light. So, could they be wrong? Maybe, but I was just going off from that what I was seeing.
Yeah, Bleach has some very interesting. The speeds particularly is very complex. There's like a lot of homework you gotta do to be accurate on that,
Yeah.
from what I've noticed.
I'm assuming they have like their own data books
Yeah, I believe
because I don't
so. I believe they
remember
do. Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember the speed of that being described in the manga itself directly or anime. So if anything, it's probably a data book where they're getting it
Yeah.
from.
There's a
But
lot of crazy stuff in from what I remember when I did some scaling. Yeah, man, I'm already in the Discord. I'll hit you up so we can set that up. I appreciate you, bro, for sure, for sure. Appreciate that. Bro, if you do that video, hit me up on Discord. I'm an experienced Bleach debater, so I can tell you about Bleach scaling. Yeah, for sure. Any help. I'm obviously gonna do my homework. I know how to, but yeah, any help for sure, man. Thoughts on Mortified? I don't really know who that is. I think he's like in the Discord community. I don't know much about him.
yeah, I know who he is. Unfortunately, like if I go off just the good, like he's just like any one of us that likes, passionate about things, anime, whatever, blah blah, or likes to debate here and there on Discord or whatever. But he has like a lot of mental issues though. Like he's
Really?
literally admitted it himself that he has
No.
like yeah, he has like mental health issues. Like he's admitted it himself. He's acknowledged it, whatever, and he be doing and saying some crazy ass shit.
Damn.
So and he also hangs out with like the really weird wrong side of the party, such as like, noodles and the whole nine, whatever.
All those
He was around
losers.
all that too. So yeah, so like yeah, he's just not and then he was also like on servers that always have like all this crazy ass drama or weirdos or people that are swatting or doxing and all this shit. So he's just not around good atmospheres, has issues himself, and so on and so forth. And he's a very drama person. So
Damn.
that's why I don't
Speaking,
typically
yeah,
be
speaking
around
of
him or
that,
stay
I
away
don't know
from
why
him.
this
But
came to mind, but I remember that one guy. What was his name? He used to be friends with certain people. Chrome. I remember he's like some
yeah,
he did
oh
some
yeah, yeah.
shit.
He was revealed to be a pedophile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was random as fuck. I remember when that happened. I was like, what the fuck? But
And he
um,
tried to DM me privately, and I had to like
yeah,
eventually post all that publicly because he tried to DM me privately and like explain his
yeah.
side of the story, say everything that happened, like, and then like ask me if I would still be cool with him. It's like, bro,
What
like
the
you just
fuck?
admitted that you did these things, whatever. Blah, blah. It's
Hell
like,
no,
no, what the
bro.
fuck? What do you expect me to say?
Yeah. What
Like, I
what
was
do you
cool
do?
with you
Like some sus
before,
shit?
but yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Long story short, it was there was this girl that was a minor
Oh shit.
and he knew about it or whatever as well and like he didn't do nothing with her at first, but then like apparently they both got drunk or whatever
Oh
and then like
shit.
some shit happened and
Oh yeah,
whatnot
he
and
fucked up then.
that was
That's
that.
yeah, that's crazy.
Well, it's just it was along those yeah, along those parameters. But either way, you don't put yourself in that sit. Like if you know a
Nah, nah,
minor
nah,
is
nah. No
clearly into you,
excuse. No
and the
excuse.
whole nine and so on and so forth, why are you socially hanging out with her like that? Why are you putting yourself in that position? Like so he didn't like outrightly do it like but he did say he was intoxicated or whatever. But here's the problem though. When I confirmed and asked him a question like, okay, how intoxicated were? Like, were you just like completely fucked up, blah blah, were you in and out or throwing up, whatever? And he's like, no, it's just like buzzed. I'm like, okay, then no,
Nah, 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 nah,
yeah.
nah.
So,
First of all, why
so he was still
grown ups,
aware.
unless they're your
Yeah,
family members and like your niece or some shit, why are you even hanging out with minor? That's the first question, bro. Like the fuck.
yeah,
That's weird as fuck. Sec,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's there's no excuse for
yeah.
that bullshit. I know a
That's
lot
why he
about
was banned from Six server. He used to be one of the old admins and
yeah.
moderators on
I
Six
remember
server,
him.
but because of all that,
Yeah,
he got
I remember
so
that
yeah.
guy. That's crazy. I do bleach scaling. Yeah, for sure. If I need help, I got you, bro, for sure. Mortified hangs out with Sage or W Sage though. I gotta head out now. I appreciate you coming in, John. John, appreciate you, brother. Speaking of data books with most anime,
Well,
how are
Sage probably doesn't know about any of that stuff.
nah. He
So
just
to
does
be
his thing.
fair,
Shout out
what's
to
it
Sage.
called? Like Sage, he's always yeah. Sage just does his thing and he's chill with everybody. He's not gonna be doing fucking background checks on people.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of data books
yeah.
with most anime, how reliable do you think the data books are outside of debating purposes? So if you're asking just on a factual basis how accurate they are as far as whether what is stated is factual or not. Here's the thing about data books that I've noticed, and I think it's just logically very very safe to include this. Data books aren't just
Yep.
meant to give factual data. There are multiple purposes for data books. Obviously, authors
Yep.
and publishing companies, these companies want to market the characters and the events and bring the story to life in the eyes of the audience. So clearly, you're gonna have
Summoning no jutsu,
yeah,
Sage. Come here
yeah,
to tell him he's wrong.
yeah. So you're gonna have statements like like the one you brought up, the Nine Tails Planetary Statement. The Sharingan sees the universe, or even blatant
Yeah.
lies like Hebi Sasuke.
Tamari's universal.
Yeah, I believe there's a statement about Hebi Sasuke saying that he was strong enough to beat the Akatsuki. When in the
Yeah.
very panel that's showing that, right, the panel it's referencing, it's showing him attacking, I believe, Deidara
Clearly hyperbolic. It's clearly
Obito.
hyperbolic.
Yeah, so basically it's a lie because we don't know what the plot is at that point in time when the data book was published. And the reason that that lie was embedded in there was to create marketability and hype and lore around Hebi
Yeah.
Sasuke at that time. So I believe when you're
Yep.
using data book statements and you're trying to determine whether it's accurate or not, basically cross-reference that statement to what it's referencing in the narrative itself and try to critically analyze whether or not it seems accurate or not. Obviously, use your own discretion, your common sense there. Obviously, there's some very obvious hyperbolic statements, such as, again, Tamara blows away the universe, the Sharingan sees all things in the universe, things of that nature. I would say for the most part, it isn't in best practice to presuppose that databook statements are 100% factual without doing your own fact checking when basically cross-referencing that with the narrative to determine whether or not it is true or accurate. And that's
Yeah.
fine because that's the very nature of storytellers and how they make their money. They don't want just tedious, robotic, encyclopedia types, you know, basically material out there because that's boring.
No.
No one's gonna buy that. No
Like
one's gonna
like
want to read
like
that.
like Jay, they want
So
profit.
yeah,
Yeah, they want profits for market value for like like they want to keep people on their toes, like because that's why they also leave it like really vague. They don't like literally like state it in a way where it's like very obvious what they're talking about, whatever. Like
they
they'll
play
leave
on
it
our
up and
emotions.
open to interpretation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To where it's subjective. Yeah,
that's
like
the
so
world of
like
sales.
it's
Yeah,
open to interpretations. There
yeah,
could be different viewpoints on whether if it's like to have like a exaggerating emphasis or like a narrative emphasis, or better yet, to convince the audience that this is what it is at this point in time, right during the story, you know, the whole night. But then you get further information, whether it's data books or manga statement, whatever the fuck, that completely debunks that, like,
facts.
and so on and so forth. Like, so again, like data books, they're there to give you the bare minimum, right? But to still give you an open mind that you may not still know what it could be,
Yeah,
right? That's basically what the data books do. The only thing that's blatantly, like clearly just data or, for information material is like when it's saying like the character's blood type, right? Or
yeah,
their
like their
age and things
age,
like that, or
things
whatever,
that
blah,
are
blah. You
yeah
know? Yeah.
inherently
Yeah,
factual.
but even that alone can be problematic because then you have manga statements that are saying the age of the characters or like giving information on these characters at certain different time points that conflicts with the data book to where now it's being debated whether if it's a plot hole or not or how is this possible or whatever based upon the manga statements that we have for Obito's age and Kakashi and so on and so whatever you name it. So like even factual data books can be contentious or problematic, right?
Yeah,
So again, like the long story short, data books are just not they're not just black and white, right? It's very, very complex.
yeah.
So yeah.
So you debated this with Sage on the data books. Yeah. So basically, shout out to my dog Sage. Basically, obviously he's trying to win his point using the Hashirama statement. He was arguing that data books are purely expository, right? Which an expository piece of writing only has one purpose. It is to educate or to explain. There is no lore building. There is no emotional appeal. There's none of that. A good example is a fucking encyclopedia or a dictionary. Dictionary's sole purpose is to educate you on the definitions of words, right? Semantics. But the data books isn't just that. If that was the case, none of us would give a shit about Naruto, Dragon Ball, or any factual based reality has a data book, we wouldn't give a shit. We don't care about someone's age if we don't know who they are, we don't know what they're about. So basically that was the whole debate. And basically my argument against that was yes, there is it does have an expository type of style, but pieces of writing don't just have one type of writing style. There's types of books that can be expository, persuasive. It's not they're not mutually exclusive. Basically, it was basically the debate we had, right? It was up to the people on who they thought won that, but yeah, this data books is very obvious that they are not purely expository in nature. It's very obvious. If you use any common sense, you know what the author's intentions are. You know what the
I got
distributor's intentions are. It's to make money.
guys,
So
like you could go on YouTube. Yeah, you could literally go on YouTube, and I kid you not, like 9 out of 10 times, every content creator has agreed and also claimed that as well.
yeah,
Like, there's not like, a matter of fact, I can't even remember or think of a content creator that's not aware that the data books can actually be, you know what I mean? Like, clearly not, just factual only or just to inform you. Like, no, it's for many purposes, right? Everybody has claimed that or said or analyzed it that way, and you name it, and especially the biggest Naruto YouTubers themselves that first started it all,
yeah,
like Swag Kage,
swag and
Naruto Explain, etc.
yeah,
Whatever, they all also have acknowledged and see, and mind you, like they work for that shit, they do it, whatever you name it. So again, like not to discredit anyone who want or to sound like a dick or whatever, but it's like it's yeah, like again, Jay is not just saying shit to say shit. It's very, very, very
yeah,
obvious. But again, they were debating, so that's why you got to do
yeah, exactly.
what you got to
Uh,
do, right?
yeah. So
So,
you could say
but
statements like
yeah,
nine tails being planetary could be consistent with stuff like consistently being shown and stated to be stronger than a combined six tails bijou with just half. Yeah, that statement in particular, there's an argument for both sides, whether you think it's literal, whether you think it's hyperbolic. That one's not like
yeah,
one
it's
of the,
it's inconclusive. Yeah, there's not
yeah.
really a way to yeah.
There are
There's
levels
not
of
because like when you see the Nine Tails doing Biju bombs, like all we really see at most is that it's devouring mountains. Like, and he's doing full power Biju bombs, remind you. Okay, and you're also talking about the same Nine Tails that hates humans, does not want to be captured, does not want to be enslaved, and does not want to be put into a human being either. Right? The only person he liked was the Sage of Six Paths. Okay, so it wouldn't make any fucking sense for the Nine Tails to let himself continuously get captured, whatever the case and blah blah. Like, if anything, I'd just blow up the fucking planet. They can't live without a planet. You know what I mean? Like, while he could theoretically maybe, or at least they both lose, right? It's either leave me the fuck alone or I'm destroying this world. You know what I mean? Like, so like I don't know, like you could argue definitely like in many, many ways against it and so on. And even based upon the feats that we do see, again, this goes back to what Jay was saying with Omni Man. We don't ever just flat out blatantly see him just casually punch a fucking planet and boom, right? Like he can't do that. Instead, we get feats that show the opposite, that he has to literally build up his power and momentum and to start doing things or whatever. So like if we go off what we see in the show, you know what I mean? Even with fucking Naruto, where he's theoretically stronger as because of the whole Jinchuriki thing, even then he's still not doing. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. Like, I just can't.
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's safe. Like, I'll say once you get to like after the war, right? Like when you're about to get into the Boruto territory of things, like the video games kind of like show, you know what I mean? Like they could definitely potentially be planetary with like, the things that they're doing. But to be fair, that's like Hokage Naruto, right? Or that's Naruto that's about to be Hokage, and he's already strong himself, along with the power of the Nine Tails. So it makes sense, right? Not the Nine Tails itself directly, So yeah,
yeah.
it's just
So
something to think about.
basically,
But
with data book statements, the way I look at it is each statement contains a certain level of absurdity. So, for example, Naruto's 10 years old. There's no absurdity contained there. That's factual, that's objective. And with these statements, you're going to have a level of reluctancy in believing them, right? So that one, there's no level of reluctancy. It's clear the guy's the age that it's stated. Then you get to the more, like the nine-tail statement, more middle ground territory where perhaps it sounds absurd to some it doesn't. You're more reluctant to just take that off face value and consider that factual. So you got to go to the narrative and check it and
yeah,
look it over. There's arguments for it being true. Obviously, the interpretation of that statement also matters. Do you believe that the Nine Tails is capable of one shot AP that can actually destroy a planet in a single blow? that has to be fact
Yeah.
checked and confirmed, or do you believe that he could do it gradually
Yeah.
over time? That's what I believe more so, that maybe if Kurama was left to his
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
devices,
Yeah.
maybe over time he could destroy a planet. That's very possible. And then there's the absolutely absurd
Yeah.
statements like Tamari blows away the universe. That's absolutely absurd. You don't even the reluctancy to
Like
believe
like
that
think of
is
this, Jay. Like Madara was stated with his perfect Susanoo to be able to shatter all things in the universe, and while Tamari is also stated to be to blow all things in the universe. So what?
yeah,
Tamari and Madara are universal, but yet we clearly see that Madara is like on a whole other fucking power. Like
yeah,
Tamari is nowhere near that shit. So
no,
it's like again, like it gets to the point where we can't really take these statements literally, right? Like like even for someone like Madara, like we can't even do that, right? Like if anything, what makes more sense to me interpretation wise with all the evidence we have in the context is that it's just clearly saying that Madara is really fucking strong, right? Like his Susanoo is very powerful because while right when it states it can shatter all things in the universe, then he's shown to cut mountains casually, right? So like I from what I get from that is oh he's just really strong, right? And then while Tamari, what you can get from that is like her wind style is pretty strong, right? Like it's not nothing crazy, but it's like oh it's just basically hyping up her wind style, right? That she's a really good wind style user, you know?
yeah.
That makes the
But
most sense from everything we know in Naruto. So you have to like understand all the evidence that's given and then analyze the data book statement while corresponding it to all that background information and then drive a conclusion, you know? So
yeah, basically it's almost scientific the way you got to approach data books, especially ones that describe a universe as complex as Naruto. There's so much context and there's so many factors that are involved in power and AP and speed and durability. All these colloquial terms we use for power scaling. It's scientific in nature. You got to go through each statement with a fine-tooth comb if you really want to be as accurate as possible. That's the nature in which you got to do it. And that's the way real world science works as well. Obviously the stakes are much higher. Like for example, doctors are not gonna give someone a vaccine that hasn't been thoroughly tested because they kill somebody, right? Obviously that's basically the analogy is if you want to be as accurate as possible and avoid mistakes or avoid far-fetched claims, you got to approach each statement in that fashion, in that nature. So that's basically what it comes down to.
like Jay, the two biggest, craziest, absurd statements is like Kakashi being stated to be omnipotent and fucking Shippuden.
Yeah,
Fucking the Tachi with the MS to see all things in the universe, yet he had no fucking knowledge on the alien clan, you know,
yeah,
Cayuga, whatever, all that, the whole like if he knew all that, he would have been fucking telling Konoha, like, hey, we have a fucking problem.
yeah,
Like here,
Tsutsuki.
you know what I mean? Like this is even far more beyond the Akatsuki, right? You know what I mean? Like he would have been telling motherfuckers, you know, or
Facts.
trying to, you know, think whatever or worried or whatever. And mind you, they're all within that universe, you know, like so like just no, like get
Yeah,
the fuck
facts.
out of here. Like again, like when you guys analyze everything as a whole, you'll see blatant direct debunks to prove that the data books are either full of shit or they can be so contentious where you don't really necessarily know what it could mean necessarily. Or it's just like Jay said, factual, right? To the
Yeah,
T, you know.
facts. So,
So
by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Where the hell is my? Give me a second, folks. Make sure to hit the like button. It's really appreciated. With characters like Omni-Man that move through space, since there's no friction, they can accelerate infinitely unimpeded for hours and days until he goes far beyond his own reaction speed. I don't know if it's that simple.
yeah, no, that's not true because there's many characters in DC that can move through space that can't do what you just fucking said. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or Marvel or fucking other animes like that. There's a lot of characters that can travel in space, yet they're not what you're claiming. So it depends what we're talking about. Like
yeah,
what Jay said before. Sure, you can apply physics or science to a certain degree, but then it eventually gets to a point where, again, you have to analyze the feats and what they're capable of doing, and does that actually support that realm of science, right? If it doesn't, then no. You know, so yeah, I
yeah,
don't know about that.
exactly. Let's see. To be honest, people downplay Sasuke during Part 1 because some people are thinking he's a fraud due to losing to Lee, Gaara, Orochimaru, the Sound Ninja, when that's further from the truth. Yeah, I mean, these guys aren't
He
exactly
didn't lose
fodder.
to Gara.
Yeah, it's not exactly fodder. I
He
mean,
didn't lose to Gara.
yeah.
What you mean?
Based off the
He beat Gara in their first fight.
yeah, based off the
Uh,
chakra cannon from Naruto, from Naruto the last, you could argue Kurama's new moon level plus. Yeah, as far as how his AP scales, it's debatable for sure. That's not like the most
Yeah, like the
ridiculous.
movie where they're like cutting the fucking moon. But again, like that's still debatable because that could be due to Naruto's power and his as combined, and not
Yeah,
necessarily the
it's
nine
not
tails
Kurama
itself,
alone.
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Again, politics, conspiracies, IRL, sports, of course, anime, comic books, whatever you guys want to ask. Media coming this year,
Oh,
next year,
also, I forgot to mention this when you guys brought up Sasuke's whole chakra issues in Boruto and whatnot. Like, I do think they do it a little bit too much for convenience
for
purposes,
sure, for
but
sure.
I will say that in part one Naruto and Shippuden, they do show that many times with characters such as Kakashi, Sasuke himself, Shikamaru especially. There's a lot of characters that run out of chakra all the fucking time or get very close to low on chakra, right?
Yeah,
And then we get like a time skip and then they're back to full power, right? You know what I mean? While with Sasuke, while we're seeing in Boruto, he's basically suffering the same effects that we see in Part 1 Naruto or Shippuden, but he hasn't been given that time skip grace, right? The reset button, and it's still affecting him, and then that's why he can only do so much, right? That's the difference. So like just putting that out there, like it may seem like it's a little bit, excessive, whatever, which yes and no, right? But we do see the same in Naruto. Like it's not a surprise or anything new. That's all I'm trying to say.
yeah.
So,
Don't think Naruto characters,
but
specifically Kurama, are destroying planets like DB characters. I feel like it'd be more of a making craters and causing a cataclysmic. Yeah, I agree. It'd be more gradual.
exactly,
Yeah. Naruto's definitely more of AP than DC. I agree as
exactly.
well. It's not as potent.
But like
It's not as
guys, like
apparent.
Dragon Ball Z, even Dragon Ball was like that, like where it first all began to just blatantly show if a character actually skilled to something. Like just blatant objective feats. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in Dragon Ball, you see him destroying a fucking moon, right? And fucking, and then you get to Z with planets, like and so on, and then it's galaxies effortlessly, with Boo and shit. Like so, and then you get to fucking Super where it's the universe is at stake, like or then they're in that one tournament of Power Realm where it's like infinite, right? And that's even, so like we get blatant obvious things while with other animes they try not to go along that trope or that direction because they want the market value, right? They want to keep things kind of in the air to like make you second guess or think or talk about it. That again, that's what brings more popularity and more financial success to their product, right? When it's not just great black and white, And a lot of animes do that nowadays to where they'll give you a set amount of evidence or certain things or whatever to where you can only come so far to certain conclusions, right? And that's why you have the low ball scaling, the high ball scaling, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth, right? So like, but what we can at least say bare minimum, if we're being transparent, we will never technically really know, right? You can only do so much probability
Yeah.
wise.
Probability.
So
It's the best you can do.
yeah.
It's fiction,
Yep.
so not every factor is always considered by the author. I'm just saying you can go way beyond your normal speed in space if you're moving for a long period of time. Yeah, space obviously, well, theoretically, gravity could still, manipulate your speed if you're close enough to large
Yeah.
celestial bodies. There's so many factors when it gets to space and the way speed
Yeah.
operates.
But you also got to remember a lot of fictional characters can disregard the science element of things too, where
Yeah,
realism doesn't apply to them. That's also a thing too. You guys forget that.
yeah,
So
facts. Yeah, it's physics is definitely
like
difficult.
fiction is not simple. It can be really complicated,
Yeah,
like
especially in
yeah.
battle-based realities.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, bro, I'll never forget the multiversal Naruto meta that Noodles tried to spread. Fucking Noodles, bro.
Oh yeah, that shit was fucking ridiculous. Like just blatant high fucking ball nonsense. Like just glazing the fuck out of it.
That shit's crazy. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions? Feel free. But yeah, this year we definitely want to be more consistent, content-wise,
Yeah.
for sure. Streams, videos, even TikTok. I'm trying to get on there, so feel free to follow me there. Things of that nature. So, see if there's any questions. Feel free to ask any at all, folks. But yeah, it should be a good year this year, media wise. And now that we have Dragon Ball confirmation, next year should be goaded as well with the Moro arc. That'll be
Heck yeah.
fire. That'll be major fire. So see if I missed any questions
Oh,
though.
Jay, if we did have to give a critique to Sasuke, the
Yeah,
only critique I do have for him is how he took his L's. When he did eventually get L's, he did have some really embarrassing L's. Though. Like Rock Lee, that was probably the most embarrassing
that was
one.
embarrassing as hell. Yeah, that was embarrassing as
Um,
hell.
he got he got a from what was it? Fucking uh Hood Swing Street.
Oh
Like
my
fucking
God, that shit was hilarious.
that man. He got yeah, he about
Yeah, that shit, I was crying.
like that man, he got. I'm sorry, but yeah. So we had to bring up that a funny thing because whoever that YouTuber was that made that funny ass shit, where they
That
would
guy's a
basically like
goat.
apply like some editing.
Yeah,
They would take the voice of the Naruto dub characters, but just like use their own like sentences. Like they somehow could do that, and it
yeah.
was fucking
I was fucking
hilarious.
crying watching that
It was
shit.
fucking hilarious. But anyways, but yeah, no, like that beating was really embarrassing.
Yeah,
Um, and then the other ass beating, I think that was really, really bad. That gave him like that gave the unfortunate hate agenda, or while people try to just exaggerate shit, was Killer B. He got fucking bitched by Killer B, bro.
facts.
Like I'm sorry, like I've never seen a ninja like during a fight just take out a book, start writing bars, and then rapping it and then saying you fucking suck.
That's
Like
probably as
fucking
embarrassing as it gets. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's like,
yeah, like I'm sorry, like there's no like and if, from my memory, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You can comment or whatever. But tell like oh no Kiba, my bad. Yeah, Kiba's number one. He lost to a fart, my bad. But
yeah, that
Kiba,
was number
but
one.
besides Kiba's fucking fodder ass, okay, Sasuke's in second fucking place. No ninja ever went through that humiliation like that. Come on. Well, fuck that motherfucker took out a book to write rap music and then said you're fucking weak.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. That's the worst. That's one of the worst ways to lose, bro. It's like, damn, that's
that I will give you guys at least, but that's the only valid like criticism you could give him. That's it though. Other than that, he does have his W's. He's an incredible, well written character. And Sasuke is that dog. He does have that dog in him, you know.
yeah. He's always had the
So
dog in him, even back in the day. Let's see what you guys have
yeah,
asked here. Uh, but I want to know where you guys scale Naruto at his peak, both end of Shippuden up until Baryon mode. At his very peak, AP wise, which where he schooled Ishiki Otsutsuki, high ball. I would say somewhere,
planetary.
yeah,
Oh, highball,
yeah, as far like
solar system.
Baryon mode, yeah, anywhere between solar system to galaxy, would be like my most
Yeah,
wanked highball I could give him in
low
Baryon mode.
ball, planetary.
Yeah, if you really really low ball him,
Yeah,
planetary. Um, Shippuden,
yeah,
end of Shippuden, he's definitely planetary plus. Um, definitely planetary plus for
yes.
sure. That's where I would probably kind of estimate where he's at. In Baryon mode, he's grown so much that solar system is almost a fair assessment.
Yeah,
Um,
his fucking like, bro. Barrier mode made the fucking eighth gate look like a fucking joke. Like the amplifier within that transformation was fucking insane. Like he went from getting fucking bullied by a Shiki, a
Facts.
guy that was ridiculously fucking powerful, then to go into bullying him effortlessly, right? Like that's a big fucking jump in power. Like to the point where not Sasuke was like I just he's just on a whole other level. Like I can't even perceive his movements. Like
Yeah,
he could
facts.
even perceive him. You know, like
That's
no,
ridiculous.
yeah, for real.
Sasuke lost so much aura in that Killer Bee fight, bro. Had to gain it back by fighting the five Kage. That's facts, bro. And the summit. It's literally what he had to do.
Yes, that is true.
He
Literally,
basically,
I think
yeah,
that's what humbled it, made him like snap. It was the killer bee fight.
yeah. That's what made him have a mental breakdown. And I'm like, bro, that's wild
Yeah.
work. That's wild work, and you need some major aura. That's probably what Obito told him. He's like, dude, you look like a bitch, and you need to gain your aura back. You need an aura farm right now.
Yeah,
Go to the
Obito
summit.
like said that he's like, bro, like he brought me a fucking tentacle. You didn't beat him. He
Yeah,
fucking played you.
he had to sun him. He's like, you look like a bitch, and you need an aura
Son,
farm.
go back and fetch me my fucking Jinchuriki. Yeah.
If literally, he's like, you look like a
Like,
pussy. Go aura farm right now. That's literally what he told him. He had to go aura farm at the summit. So him standing there, standing upside down,
Oh.
him standing there fighting the Raikage. That was him aura farming because his father told him to. That's literally what happened.
But Jay, I could see you make a video, like a comedy skit, where like you're doing Sasuke versus Killer Bee, all that, like you're writing all the lines, and it's just so fucking hilarious. And then after that, like then it's like Sasuke having some like talk to himself, quietly. And then like it goes to like that little secret meeting with him and Obito, like Obito's roasting him and shit. And then it goes to like him going to the village, and then Obito comes back, like finding out the truth, and then like more roasting and shit. Like, bro, that shit would be fucking hilarious. And then it's just like, oh, go like what you said, go to the fucking summit right now, you fucking disgraceful bitch. And
It'd be
you can't be a
Sasuke.
Kotsky looking like that, bitch.
Nah, bro. He's
Bro,
like
that would be a
he's
funny
getting
ass
demoted.
video, bro.
Nah, that would be
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
That shit would
Like
be
the title of
hilarious.
the video, the real reason why Sasuke went rogue.
Literally, that's what I fucking call a video. It'll
Oh
be like
shit.
Sasuke's aura farming history or some shit like that. I'll be like, bro, Sasuke's aura farming incident. That's what I call that shit. Him getting bitched by Killer Bee. I'm like, bro,
Yep.
you need to regain that aura, buddy.
Yeah, that was
How,
bad.
yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad.
LMAO, how caught up to you? How caught up to One Piece are y'all? I think I'm in the 200 range as far as the anime. Um, Obviously I got a long way to go. Long way to go. Um, but One
Oh,
Piece.
and that's also further proof that Sasuke definitely doesn't scale to V1 Raikage, because there are some weirdos that say that shit even after like his hatred amps and whatnot. Because if you guys analyze how he performed to Killer Bee in base, remind you, he gets beat the fuck up. And mind you, he has his team there, like Team Taka's there.
Taka.
Then you have that same exact team, a stronger Sasuke on top of it, okay, and yet like he's shown to be competitive to Raikage, whatever. But then when the Raikage finally gets serious, then he gets bitched. Like I feel like that should definitely be like the icing on the cake for you guys. That Sasuke was never, you know what I mean, like just like over V1 Raikage or like actually a competitor. Like he couldn't even handle fucking base B or even V1B. So
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, but he's not that level.
He wasn't that guy for a while, honestly. I talked to some guy that denied Raditz can
Yeah.
tank moon level attacks, and so I showed him tanking Piccolo attack, and he said, "Oh, Piccolo's attack just made a small crater, so it's not moon level." Yeah, some people are what I like to call chronic deniers. They love denying, and they'll die on the
Yeah.
hill. They'll die on that hill even when they're blatantly incorrect and proven wrong.
Basically
Um,
noodles.
yeah,
Yep.
basically, a lot of the sophists in the community. And there's people like that in real life. People that will never change their ways. They're not malleable. They're not willingly
It's like,
malleable.
bro, Jay, you show him the clip of like this guy cutting the moon in half, and then the guy will be like, "Oh, no, he's not moon level. He just the moon couldn't."
Literally,
like,
it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's like,
shut
bro,
the fuck up.
it's bullshit. It's like, come on, bro. Um, but yeah, that is. Oh, I found the video by the way. Let me see if you guys could hear this about Swing Street. Let me see if I can download this shit. You guys need
Oh
to
my
hear this
god,
shit, man. This shit is hilarious. Let me fucking
Hood Swing Street.
let me share my screen. You can see this bull. This shit is hilarious. Uh, so you guys could see, folks. You guys will hear this shit. Actually, maybe I could show you guys too. Where is it at? It's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why the fuck is this first
Fuck, I might get copyrighted though. I just thought of
exam
that.
so far away?
Fuck it.
These niggas are dead ass tweaking.
Hold on. Did I just hear you say the N-word?
Listen, I know you probably mean well, but trust me when I say it's best to just ignore him.
I cannot ignore this blatant ignorance. You are not from any of the major hoods in the Leaf Village either, so I know you do not have the pass.
Nigga,
The
shut your
pass?
Bruce Lee looking ass up.
Oh shit! The fucking music.
Cause I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to.
It's not that deep, Naruto.
Not that deep.
I don't give a fuck. This nigga is disrespecting my name and status as a hood nigga.
Your claims of being from the hood are just as false as the rumors I heard
What the fuck? Oh my
of you being
god.
black.
Nigga, I'm from Swing Set.
This shit is funny.
And
Look at this
status
part.
as a hood nigga.
Your claims of being from the hood are just as false as the rumors I heard of you being black.
Nigga, I'm from Swing Set Street, the most dangerous hood in East Konoha.
He's
Damn,
Konoha.
he's from Swingset Street? That would actually explain a lot about him.
You motherfuckers from Swing Set Street would not last a single day in the hood that I'm from.
Nigga, please, you don't know a single thing about Swing Set Street. Shit gets active over there, fuck nigga.
Since you claim I do not know anything about your hood, come show me how an affiliate of Swing Set Street
Affiliate?
gets active
That's
then.
wild.
Say less, nigga.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Damn, he bitched him. Fuck.
He did all that talking just to lose in one hit.
I knew your hood was trash, but I expected more from an affiliate of Swing Set Street.
Fuck.
Damn. I got cooked. That's wild work, dude. That is wild work.
Oh my god. And then he did the same shit to Sasuke.
He did the same shit, dude. He cooked those guys. That's crazy. I will see that people overlook how many legendary ninja that Sasuke went up against in a series to Sasuke as an adult and as a teen and adult. That's facts though. That's facts. They do overlook it. Shit gets active. That's facts, bro. These guys said shit gets active in Swing Set Street. That is wild.
Like don't get me wrong though. Like I'll say this too for you guys as well. Like again, Sasuke. Like we were just bringing that up as again, like speaking mainly as the regard like for humiliation. You know what I mean? Like embarrassing. Like he definitely takes it. But did he do some pretty crazy shit in that fight? Yeah, he did.
Facts.
Like the fact that he could go many blows, like blow for blow with his sword taijutsu, that was fucking badass, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so again, like we're not just saying, oh, Sasuke's fucking, but it was a very embarrassing defeat though, and he like how Killer Bee was treating him, sunning him the whole time,
Bitched him.
like to his teammates as well. Like it was bad. It
was
was bad.
very
So like
humiliating.
again, like both
Yeah.
things are true. Like he was the badass during the fight, but he gets really bitched.
Yeah,
So,
he gets his sword his shit.
yeah.
He's like aura farming, and then Killer Bee's like, bitch. He starts writing raps. He's like, I don't give a shit, and then he attacks him.
And it's
and he
several
gets cooked.
times. It's
Yeah.
several times he gets bitched by B. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
So,
humiliating.
yeah.
He had a huge deficit in aura at that moment, and he had to go to the 5 summit. That's basically what happened. So it was a tough time in Sasuke's childhood. Very tough times. The worst L since
He had to
losing
level up his hood level.
Yeah, facts. That was the worst L he took since losing his parents in the clan. That's how bad it was. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cooked. What else do you guys say? There's still some Dragon Ball down players that say DBZ is city level and DBS is planet. Yeah, I don't even know how that's possible because there's like literal, like fucking pictures and animations of these guys destroying planets and stuff. So it's shaking universes and stuff. It's ridiculous. But yeah, folks, we'll go about 10 minutes, then we'll do the good old 6 strategy. We'll do $1 per minute after that. If you guys want us to keep shit active in this stream, like Naruto said, like where it gets active still, $1 per minute. That's usually what we do after 2 or 3 hour mark. But yeah, any questions at all, please feel free. Anything at all, by all means. Anything at all, any topics, anime or not, feel free to ask. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It's good. Appreciate it. The more likes, the better. The higher it gets in the algorithm, the more active this shit gets in the future with future streams. So we appreciate it. Don't forget we do reactions as well for $1 per minute. Literally $1 per minute. That's our very fair rate. To be honest, I absolutely despise when Gekko Sharingan Sasuke, not scaling to 4th Hokage. I just really want him to be a high tier level competitor. Facts. Naruto forgot to check in with Lee. That's facts, bro. He forgot to check in. You guys should do a video on the Naruto world's geography and how big you think it is, because there's some decent arguments on it being bigger than our Earth, for example. Yeah, I believe, shout out to Sage. I believe he did one on that matter. I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I think Sage.
Yeah, but I'll be down. And if you guys want it, let me know. We can make that happen. It's another video I'll be down to do and explore. Explore the more empirical, data on the sizes of the plant, sizes of the Naruto.
And I also heard Sage did a great job too.
Yeah, he killed it on that video.
Like, he did a great job with the video.
Yeah, shout out to Sage for
Good
that
topic too, because no one did it.
Very unique. Very unique. Yeah. Yeah, Naruto forgot to check in with Lee, bro. Lee was a true individual of the hood. He was a true affiliate, so you can't disrespect someone that's an actual affiliate of the hood in Konoha. It's not acceptable. But yeah, folks, any questions, feel free. Questions at all, folks? Any questions at all here?
Yeah, has there been any updates on Boruto with that anime ever coming or
I think
like shit, man.
man, yeah, as far as the anime, let me even look that up. Boruto anime.
Bro, I, I just want the time skip to start getting animated, man. Like
Facts,
what's
man. What the hell?
happening?
So the rumors is this year or next year. That's the rumor. Man,
Mm.
I don't know if that's gonna be the case. A lot of people keep
It's
saying
like I
that.
don't and like there's no excuse for it either, bro, because we've seen plenty of examples where people like when they're on their shit, their A game, they're fucking releasing shit. They're releasing that animation and whatnot. Like Invincible, like there's a lot of examples, like
Yeah,
there's no fucking excuse. Like remember back then in Cartoon Network, how religiously they would fucking release the next new episode of Naruto or Dragon Ball Z and like there's no excuse, bro.
facts. The golden
Like
years. Like, come on,
it's
man.
like what the fuck?
No, there's no excuse.
Yes.
It'd also be cool to see the other continents and what their ninjas are like. That would be a very good video idea. Just exploring how big the world is and kind of exploring the differences in geographical locations. Like, what are the ninjas are like, their histories, their nature, the nature of their governmental structures, all that stuff. That's a good concept. But yeah, like I said, I'd be down to do that video. Just let me know, folks. I love how Storm 2 had Sasuke go up against Killer Bee by himself, knowing damn well that Sasuke would have died by himself during that encounter. Facts, bro. They tried to save his aura, but we caught on. Just gonna ask this.
They try to save his aura with non-canon
Facts,
shit.
bro. It's like bitch, even in filler, this doesn't make sense, dog. What the fuck?
They try
Yeah,
to literally like fucking reset. That's
this is wild work,
crazy.
bro. You can't save him
No
after that.
shot.
Just gonna ask this. Why did
The
we never
game
get it?
said,
Nah,
let
bro.
him get beat up by himself. At least.
Like, bro, you think that's gonna save him? Nothing saves that ass whooping, dude. Come on. Let's see. Why did we never get a good introductory battle with MS Sasuke? I mean, Sasuke was, he had his mental traumas and stuff, and we just got what we got.
Well, the closest you got to it was the fight with Killer Bee. That was literally his introduction to using the MS.
Yeah,
Like
just
he did Genjutsu with it, then he does a Amaterasu in the end as a last resort. Then he like makes the Amaterasu go away. But like and then like where he really shined was then the next phase of that was the Five Kage Summit where he's now using Susanoo
facts.
or Amaterasu like flame manipulation control. Like so he gets, the spotlight with it. It's just not like instantaneous like all at once.
Yeah,
If that's what you're saying, then yeah, but like Sasuke's just like again, like he's a genius, whatever, but he's not no fucking Itachi or Obito. He's just not.
yeah,
Like they were using their shit like immediately, right? And just spamming.
facts.
So
Do you know Moses
but
Itama? He's the next big thing in the heavyweight division. Yeah, I think his best win so far is against Dylan White, and he's very, very young. So if he continues down this path, we could see a champion, one of the best in recent memory, as far as American heavyweights. So yeah, he's very promising. Timeskip Boruto looks so good so far, so the bitches need to get off their asses and animate that shit. That's facts, bro.
yay.
It's facts.
Yes, facts. Jay, I just saw this. I forgot I wanted to bring this up for one of the discussion points on
Yep.
this. What happened to Kai? That bitch fucking cheating
Bro,
on him.
for the
And
streets,
everybody
for the
called it. Like
streets.
Fresh and Fit called it too. Like bro, what
Man,
is up with these guys going for red flag material woman? Like what
bro,
is like they don't learn.
like
They don't learn.
you gotta protect your peace,
Like,
even when you're at that
and you want
caliber.
to know what she did after the breakup? You want to know what she did after the
Bro,
breakup? She took no accountability, said why she did it, okay, which was some nonsense. And then she says right after that, a man interested in dating me needs a minimum of 10 million net worth, must be ready to spend more than 100K a month on her.
what the
And
fuck?
she's mid.
Bro,
She's
that's
fucking
crazy.
mid. She's like average looking.
That is crazy work.
Like,
Crazy work. Kai, you know,
I don't. These women nowadays are just something, bro.
I
They're
say like
something.
even guys at that
But
level need to
what's your thoughts on that? I don't think we ever talked about it.
nah, I think, man, first of all, her loss, she's for the streets, you know, good riddance. But even at that level, you gotta protect your peace and be calculated with, you know, the partner you decide to have because when
Like,
you,
how do you fold that too?
yeah,
Ice
bro,
and like, how do you not want that? How are you not like able to devote yourself to like that? That's what's fucking. Like, I'm telling you, like, the women are the most fucking dumbest. If I was with a woman that was somehow like Kai Cenat fucking status, you know what I mean? Or what if I never met my wife, whatever the whole nine, I went like a whole direction, and I met a woman on that level of success in the whole nine, whatever, blah blah. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be staying with that bitch.
yeah, it
Like,
basically,
yeah, I mean, fucked up,
yeah,
you
what
know?
happens is when you're, you know, Nakai is relatively young and, you know, very, very successful. So a lot of these women are good at masking their red flags and sort of, you know, kind of echoing the dreams that these guys want. And then when they do get what they want from the men, they exploit them. And then you end up with these situations where they get cheated on. And, you know, Kai seems, you know, we only know what we see, but he seems to be very affected by it. You know, maybe he thought that it would go somewhere, and she ended up being a street dweller that, in, you know, 3 or 4. So it is what it is, and you gotta watch out for these kind of
Well,
people.
I found out the reason, Jay. I found out the reason why she didn't she broke up with him or cheated on him, and then whatever. Like, it's because he didn't buy this pink car that she wanted.
It's wild work,
That's why.
wild work. She's for the streets,
That's
bro.
crazy, crazy.
For the streets, and she belongs to the streets. That's what she'll dwell now. You gotta pick. You gotta be calculated. It sounds harsh, but when you're finding a partner, whether you're at the top of the social hierarchy or at the bottom, you got to be very calculated because if you pick the wrong one, it could destroy you in many ways. It's that serious. It's not a game. So
Bro, and Jay is not wrong at all. Like, bro, you got to think about the long game. Like, you're who you're
long
having
term,
kids with, who you're gonna
long term,
marry. Like everything that you're putting at
your
risk.
entire
You
life.
gotta
Yeah,
really think about that, man.
yeah.
Yes.
And the thing
Like, it's
is,
important, dude. You can't fuck that up. Like, the amount of athletes I be seeing making the same mistake. Fucking streamers, fucking celebrities, acting like they're just stupid. They're
a good example.
fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
a good example, and I think Ilya Tapor, shout out to Ilya Tapor, the champion of the UFC. He found a woman, I believe, in Miami. That was already the first red flag. Miami girls, most of them are 3 or 4s for the streets. Secondly, after they got together and he became famous, she tried to finesse him. She tried to take what he had, try to take all his, you know, his wealth, and she got cooked. Luckily, he still has custody, or at least partial custody of his daughter. You know, he had some tough mental times. Like she was trying to put him through the ringer with this divorce and this bullshit and the custody battles, the alimony, all this bullshit. He came out on top. He's back. You know, he's gonna fight soon. But that's what happens. That could destroy you, bro. They what women are better at that we have to admit, especially early on, is they are more socially calibrated than us, and they know that they have the leverage early on as far as options, right? Because even a mid 304 has more options than an average looking than a good looking guy that isn't, you know, Tom Brady or something like that. Like that's just the
Like
reality we live
Jay,
in.
it's
So
so bad with women nowadays. It's so fucking bad that there's literally statistics that have proven this, and it's currently been shown and whatnot, and they've been talking about this as well. That half of U.S. women, the United States women, not the world, but
yeah,
half of the U.S. women ages 25 to 44 will be single and child free by
that's facts.
2030.
That's
That is
facts.
fucking sad.
That is
That is
very,
really sad.
very problematic and concerning. Men just have to be honestly, they gotta be just more calculated, more careful, grow wide, you know, grow wisdom. You know, lead with your head, the right head. You know, you gotta be smart because women leverage beauty to get what they want, and then once they get what they want, a lot of them don't actually care about you, so they throw you away, and that could affect your life, your mental health, your finances, your career, even your physical health for some people. I've seen many, many times what it can do. It's very, very unfortunate. Boruto ain't getting animated till like 2028. They need the manga to get further in. I agree, bro. It's probably gonna be a long time. Kishimoto, the other guy should do some canon fillers or a movie or something to expand on those other ninja continents. I agree, bro. I agree. Like imagine seeing ninjas that look like Mexicans. That'd be fire. That'd be fire. Now, I don't mess with Fresh and Fit, but that dude Myron was right about these motherfuckers need to read the red flag, especially since they have X status. They got to be extra vigilant. That's facts. The bigger the name you are, the
Oh,
bigger the
facts. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
facts. Like I don't. There's a lot of things I don't agree
With
with
Myron,
Fresh and
yeah,
Fit, or like,
facts.
or I don't fuck with him in certain regards and capacities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
but he do be spitting in a lot of things though. He do
Yeah,
be keeping it real.
the
He
dating
does. You got to
marketplace.
give that bare
Yeah,
minimum. So facts. What you said
yeah.
about yeah.
I would say, the more successful you become, the bigger target that will be on your back. That's just the reality. You're a bigger target. You're a bigger fish. You're a better horse to bet on, and some of the women you don't want riding riding that ride. You don't want to be picking those women to ride that ride because they're gonna damage you somehow. You gotta be careful, man. Red flags, body language, consistency. Those are the best ways to determine a woman's character. You're not gonna see it for a while. I tell
And
them,
take your time.
take your
Don't
time.
rush.
Don't
Like,
rush it.
take your time. Don't rush. Like, if you got to be with the bitch for 4 to 5 years to get a gauge, or even like, so be it, bro. You like, I'm telling you,
Better safe than sorry.
there's no
Yeah,
shame or foul in taking your yes, be better. And if they get offended by that, if they start thinking, oh, why have you not married me or this or that or whatever, then that right there would just show you they're not the one. They're already fucking. You know what I mean? Looking at for the negative of it, not trying to see
facts.
your perspective or blah blah. If they're the one, they'll be understanding of things. They'll be mature, be able to discuss things rationally, and so on and so forth. And they'll even be understanding, even if they may not necessarily agree with it. They'll at least be understanding. And if they truly love you and want you, they'll wait and be patient, and then they'll get what they want,
They'll be
right?
yeah.
Like so. Like
Shows
again,
maturity.
you just gotta do your diligence. You really do.
Yeah, due
You know?
diligence is huge. That's a life altering decision. People don't realize picking a partner long term is a life altering decision. Whether that's a good alteration or a bad alteration, that's one of the biggest decisions of your fucking life. Your career, your partner, and your health habits. Those are like the biggest fucking health altering decisions you could ever make in your fucking life. And you better make the right ones, man, because these three or fours are there to finesse you. It is what it is, and it's a harsh world we live in, but hey, you gotta adapt to the times. They try to gaslight you to thinking you're the problem. Exactly, bro. That's what 99.9% of these three or fours do. They try to switch it on you, even if a bitch cheats on you. Oh, well, you weren't there enough. You don't make enough money. Like, no, bitch. You're for the streets, and I was the faithful one. That's the reality. There is no gaslighting. There is no word salad that's gonna save you from that reality. So just do your due diligence and stay safe. Did you see Travis Hunter's girl? She's a bop. Travis Hunter is one of the biggest cucks I've ever seen in my life. That's all I gotta say. Um,
Oh please no. Oh,
yeah,
here we
bro.
fucking go.
He's up there with Adam 22 and Noodles and all those guys. That's the level he's at. Um, but yeah, folks, we'll go a couple more minutes again. After that, dollar per minute. If you guys want us to extend, that's the way we'll do it. Feel free. But yeah, great questions again. The dating marketplace is more problematic than it's ever been, and there's multiple reasons for that. You know, the access to options that women have because they lead with beauty, and beauty can be expressed in many forms on social media, while conversely, men need to earn their
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, woman will never, ever, ever, ever have a fucking issue with have obtaining a dude whenever the fuck they want. If they want someone to have sex with, they're gonna have it immediately, right there and then.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
What they can struggle and lack is finding someone to have a committed relationship with, long lasting, right? That's what they actually struggle with, because a lot of men, men that are smart, they don't put up with that bullshit, right?
Facts.
And so on and so forth. So like, but yeah, they any point in time, like Jay said, and then he can go on. He's spitting nothing but facts. Like, any point in time, they can. Us, a dude, we can't fucking go up and be like, hey, you want to have sex, or hey, whatever. No, we gotta fucking earn that shit. We gotta go through phases, whatever, or somehow get within a realm of success to catch an eye, right? While the woman could just go down the fucking street to a bar and be like, hey, you want to sleep with me? Bam, bada boom,
That
here you go.
simple. It's
You know.
that simple.
So yeah,
Gotta
facts.
love the noodle stray. Yeah, I'm feeling a little playful, so listen to this, folks. I'll show my screen to Batman. You guys will probably know what this is. It's just having a little fun. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. In good faith, kinda. Where is it? Where is it? I had this. Shout out to Troy. Troy's that guy. I don't know how he got this clip, but W Troy.
To not bring anyone into this fucking house without us here. That's all I asked.
Yes,
That's Noodles, by the way.
fucking ready. They brought me home.
6 hours. He was in this house.
No, I left.
Bull, because since the door wasn't fucking open.
Dude, that is crazy. He's crashing out.
He's such a loser.
He's
He's
crashing
such a
out,
fucking loser.
bro. Crashing out. That is wild work. I'm 21 and haven't dated anyone since 16 because I seen early that there's too many red flags. I probably won't get into another relationship for a while. Yeah, that's smart, bro. That's exactly what you should do because as you grow and you become more and more successful and capable, you'll have a larger sea at your disposal, so to speak, because you'll be more appealing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's wild work. That's him with his wife arguing because
No, yeah,
she,
no. Invest into yourself, focus on yourself, build yourself, because if you can get yourself set first and be successful, whatever, then at that point, the sky's the fucking
you have
limit.
the
You have
leverage.
options, bro.
You have the
If anything,
leverage.
it'll be the other. Yeah, you have the leverage, but you'll never
Facts.
have that if you don't get to that point first. So definitely do that first. Absolutely. The amount
Facts.
of you'll have more money, the whole nine, right? And compared to trying to be with a bitch now.
Facts. Facts. That's definitely the best. That's the best scenario for most guys, and that's what you got to do, man. It's just the best way to go. Simps have no self-respect, bro. That's just a fact. Like, lust is a big problem. Lust is a life
Yeah,
destructing, destroying
it's due to
problem.
lust and a lack of self control that men
Yep.
have. Men that like, and again, I'm a bitch. No matter what the sex is, men unfortunately have no self control and they're fucking losers. You know what I
Facts.
mean? It's the lust, it's the lack of self control, and they're fucking simps. Yeah.
Facts. That's the biggest problem and probably the leading problem. I bet Noodles is still away. Remember he ducked the smoke from me, Jay, bro. Dude, I bought him a plane ticket last year, early in the year. He even admitted, "You're taking a risk by buying this ticket because I might be busy." And then he never even responded. I got a refund for it. I bought him a ticket. I showed proof of the ticket. I was gonna fly his ass out here and beat his ass. He talked all that shit. Now he's MIA. This guy is not a warmonger at all. I think what happened is I verbally assaulted him so much that he put all his more hostile debate videos on private. He made an announcement saying, "Oh, I'm taking a new leaf. I'm sorry, but I'm changing for the better." And I'm like, "No, you're you are evading the smoke. That's what's happening. That's what's happening because you can't handle it. That's basically what happened."
And didn't I call that, Jay? Didn't
Yeah,
I call
bro.
that? Didn't I say if you bought a ticket, whatever, he wasn't gonna do it?
Hell no.
What did I say? Yeah, he
Hell
did.
no. Like, bro, you're not built like that. People in his circle that he affiliates with, they're not like that. They're not like us at all. Like K Dot said, they're not like us. That's why he made diss tracks on him.
And I'll tell you this right now, guys, I would never go through that embarrassment, that humiliation, that shame. If
Hell
someone
no.
challenged me and disrespected me, the whole nine, and told me to pull up and throw fucking heads, I'll be in their fucking heartbeat. If
Facts, bro.
anybody did that, I don't care if you're a YouTube guy, anybody, I am pulling up. I'm never ever gonna look like a bitch. Fuck no.
Fuck no, bro.
Like
And
at least and even if I lost, at least I went and lost like a fucking man instead of like a
facts.
bitch.
Yeah, I would have respected him. Like even if he showed up and I beat his ass, which is what would have happened, I would have respected him for that. I would have said, "Hey, you pulled up and you stood your ground, bro. I give you that." But he doesn't want to debate. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to do nothing. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I gave him the chance.
But it's a win-win, Jay. It's a
Yeah,
win-win because it's a lose for him because at the end of the day, like he looked like a bitch no matter what choice he made. He would have looked like a bitch. He went to fight you because he would have lost and got fucking dogged, or he would look like a bitch from being a pussy and not fighting you. So
facts,
yeah,
facts.
it worked
Yeah,
out.
I would have knocked him out for sure. Noodle's only purpose in life is to glaze Naruto. Facts, bro. You know what's funny is Noodles has all the, he's writing all these coattails and stuff. He doesn't even post. Like, bro, if he would have posted, he would have been big on YouTube. But he doesn't have that drive, bro. He's not built like that. He's not built like that at all. Posts like once a year. He doesn't have that ambition. It is what it is. But yeah, folks, this is a WS stream, WS chat, W chat. We appreciate you guys coming in. Again, if you guys want custom videos, hit me up on
Jay,
Discord.
I'm gonna send something in the chat, in our chat.
Yeah.
On Discord. I found this. If you had to pick one for real life, if you want to show the stream, you can too.
Oh,
But if you
yeah.
had to pick one, what ability you can pick? But only one you can
real
pick for real
life?
life.
what would be
from
most
Sasuke.
useful?
Sasuke the GOAT. Since we're talking about Sasuke, you know what I mean? Like, stop the hate, whatever. If he wants to show this on the stream, he can for you guys. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, we'll put this on the screen so you guys could see this. Let me show you, folks. Let me show you real quick so you guys could see what we're talking about before we wrap it up. Unless you guys start donating $1 or dollar per
Stop
minute.
the hate.
Facts,
Stop the
brother.
motherfucking hate. The GOAT is here.
The goat is here, and so for real life practicality, it would probably be. I mean, if I wanted to be a professional fighter, obviously read movements would be very advantageous. Depends, what
That
you
would
need
be
some.
broken.
Yeah,
You just know what's coming at you before it's done. Like, that's crazy. But the only
like
problem though is you would still need the speed in order to
exactly.
to utilize it though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
So if they're way, yeah, you're fucked. Yeah.
So summoning creatures, I guess wouldn't be. It could be like a magic trick in real life. There's not much you can do with it. You can make money summoning creatures and doing
Yeah.
magic shows,
You make money,
maybe.
that's what it is.
Pulling objects would be useful. Maybe if
Yeah.
you have a job that requires manual labor, you would just be the best at it because you could pull shit. Swapping
Yeah.
places in real life. I guess it could help in
Not
certain.
really useful.
Yeah, it'd be very like
Yeah.
specific where it'd be useful. Manifesting armor. I mean, you could be a
Like that's
soldier.
only good when you can fight. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah,
you're a ninja, like it's good, but
yeah. If you're
yeah.
like a war, like a fucking soldier of war, and you're helping tanks out by summoning your Susanoo or some shit, but
Like I
uh,
would say either illusions or armor is the most beneficial because if you could do a perfect Susanoo or any type of Susanoo armor, like that's clutch. Like
yeah,
that's fucking clutch.
yeah, facts.
Like they can't hurt you. You know what I mean?
Facts. But yeah,
So
folks, we hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to get some money. I got video commission. I definitely want to donate to you. I appreciate you, brother. Feel free to hit me up anytime. I'll be
hey,
here.
Jay, what would you do with the illusion though?
The
If
illusion?
you chose the illusion ability, like, how would you use that to capitalize your life like at its most value? Yeah.
Ah, man, illusions in real life. It'd have to be like,
I'd go to a bank and just make someone look like I'd do an illusion and be like, hey, like, and just get a shit ton of money.
yeah,
And
I
that's
would,
them. They got fired. They gave me all the fucking
yeah. You could use it for many, many
like,
practicalities, like fake money. Like, oh, I have
or
$1 million.
business.
Yeah,
You could convince a business guy and cast an illusion, you know what I mean? And then there you go. Now you get rich or some shit. Like, hey,
genjutsu.
like, give me your business. Like, there's many ways, yeah, you could go
Yeah,
about it. Yeah. Genjutsu, like, yeah.
yeah. It would be very useful,
So
but
that's what I would do. But I don't know
yeah,
about you.
yeah, facts. It'd probably be read movements or, in the real world, read movements or cast illusions, probably. Would probably be what I would use for
Yeah.
success. If I want to like be invincible, then probably the armor one. I just
Armor, so
put the
nobody can
shit up.
fuck with you, yeah.
Yeah, literally no one in the world, unless they nuke me, probably would
But
be able.
the only problem with armor the only problem yeah, like, they would either have to, like, nuke you and you're, like, off guard and they could kill you or, like, throw a bomb. Like, basically any type of off guard, like, strategy, you're still fucked, right? Because
Yeah,
you're not gonna be aware of the attack coming. So, like, again, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I would agree with Jay, either to read movements somehow, like, to use that in a beneficial way, or illusions. But I think illusions is the best route here because if you have the ability to manipulate a human being, like, there you go, right? The sky's the
yeah,
limit. You can
you,
become rich, you can do many things.
yeah. Because in modern civilization, combat isn't very useful.
Yeah.
It's not really unless you're a soldier and you're in the military or some shit. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
unless you're like Superman, right? And
yeah,
you can never get hurt no matter what. Like,
exactly.
sure, like, but we're human, we're fragile, and you could be the best fighter in the world, but if someone comes up to you with a gun, you're fucked. It
You're
does not
cooked.
matter how good of a fighter you are. You're dead,
Yeah,
right? Or if someone comes up to you while you're sleeping at your house and they fucking blow up your house, you're dead. There's nothing you can
facts.
do. It doesn't matter how badass you are with a gun or fighting, you're fucking dead. So again, like no one's immune to off guard, strategy and attacks. No one's immune to a fucking gun. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, so basically that's what it would be. But yeah, folks, hope you guys enjoyed WS stream. This is like old times. Again, hit the like button if you haven't already. You guys are W chat. Again, live reactions, custom reaction, custom videos. Hit me up on Discord. I'm very fair on prices. I've done it before. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week, folks. Stay classy, and God bless.